The Nationals will open the season without starting left fielder Michael Morse. Rick Ankiel, who is going to open the season in center field. Both are on the disabled list. Both will play for AA Harrisburg tonight at Bowie on rehab assignment to open the AA season. And it could be that we'll see Michael Morse as soon as the second game of the series in New York on Tuesday night.
That's right. Due to the retroactive move on the DL, Morse would miss possibly 4 games. That's the hope. Morse was with the Nationals the last couple of days in the nation's capital and took batting practice before the team departed for Chicago. He looked good, just a matter of getting his timing down, seeing some live pitching, so that happens at the AA level. Ankiel's move was backdated a little more recently, so he's not available until the Nationals return home. And, of course, 2 other big injuries to the pitching staff. We don't know the timetable for Chin-Ming Wong. He's working his way back from a hamstring strain. And Drew Storen is just trying to ramp it up again. He's throwing off a mound, feels good, feels very confident in the health of his elbow after an MRI and a bit of a scare due to some inflammation. And the Nationals will open the year without their closer, but again, hopefully not more than maybe 2 weeks for Storen to ramp it up and to build up and work consecutive days and get back to join this ball club.
Davey Johnson says he'll alternate in the closer's role with newcomer Brad Lidge, the former Astro and Phillies closer, and with Henry Rodriguez, who had a terrific spring. Both of them did, in fact. Well, there are some new faces on the ball club. For those of you who haven't had the time to really hone in on the final moves the Nationals made to fine-tune the 25-man roster, well, we'll take care of that for you here on Nationals on Deck. When we come back here at Wrigley Field, we'll run through the Nationals as they are beginning the 2012 season. That when we continue from Wrigley Field, where it's going to be a pitcher's day, the wind is blowing in at 17 miles an hour. It will gust between 20 and 30 miles an hour straight in off the lake, straight in from center field. Back in a moment on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Why not triple the return on your fashion investment? Buy 1 suit, get 2 free during Joseph A. Bank's huge 3 times the suit sale at over 500 Joseph A. Bank locations now. Buy any one of the fine quality suits that made Joseph A. Bank famous and get 2 more free from our Traveler and Executive collections to our finest hand-stitched signature suits. Buy 1 at regular price, then pick out 2 more of equal or lesser value, absolutely free. That's 3 classic Joseph A. Bank suits for the price of 1, and 3 times the suit you'll find anywhere else. The 3 times the suit sale, our biggest suit sale ever, only at Joseph A. Bank now. Classic style, amazing value. It's in the bank since 1905.
With 27 area locations: Gaithersburg, Fredericksburg, Bowie, Frederick, Pentagon City, Waldorf Marketplace, and in Franklin Tower on 14th and I.
A Capital Area Golf membership is $17.57 Golf Club, and you join 5 golf clubs for 1 price, plus a minimal player's fee when you play away from $17.57. Memberships give golfers access to the $17.57 Club, plus 4 other Billy Casper golf clubs. Membership includes unlimited card and greens fees, unlimited use of the driving range, and access to the practice facility. Options include a 5-day and 7-day membership. For terms and conditions, go to 1757golfclub.com and find out how you can get tickets to the Nationals-Yankees series.
Come into Lowe's and save on everything you need to get the yard you want this spring. Right now, 1-quart perennials are 2 for $5. Plus, when you purchase a Scott Snap spreader, you'll get a Snap Pack replacement cartridge for free. Lowe's is here to help your lawn and garden grow this spring. So go on, get growing. Hurry into Lowe's for these and other great values every day. Lowe's, never stop improving. Offers valid through 4/9/12. See store or Lowe's.com for complete details.
Think all spark plugs are the same? Yes, again. The tech heads at Denso are also gear heads. Just created the Denso Platinum TT. Twin tip with titanium and platinum electrodes. Sound expensive? Nope, just smart. Better fuel economy and lower emissions. More power and faster starts. The new Denso Platinum TT with unique twin tip technology is a spark of Denso genius. Check out DensoTT.com for more information. Available at Advanced Auto Parts.
With AT&T, you can track every unforgettable sports moment almost as it happens. And that means the whole where were you when conversation is kind of changed.
Where was I the moment they won the championship? The bathroom. It was awesome.
Where was I? I think we were at a wedding.
Whose wedding?
I can tell by your voice. It was our wedding. It was our wedding.
You have the speed to get scores, stats, and highlights fast with AT&T. Rethink possible.
Visit att.com or store for details.
Welcome back to Nationals on Deck here from Wrigley Field in Chicago on opening day. It'll be the 97th opener. Wrigley Field began here playing baseball in 1916. Well, the Nationals will have Steven Strasburg at the mound against Ryan Dempster. Dempster will be making his 2nd straight opener start for the Cubs. It'll be his 4th of his career with 2 opening day starts for the Florida Marlins. And we wanted to take you through the Nationals roster for those of you who've not had a chance to really pay attention closely in this final week of roster decisions. We talked about some of those on the disabled list with Michael Morse and Rick Ankiel to start the year. Chris Marrero suffered a torn left hamstring in the offseasons on the DL, along with Drew Storen and we mentioned, and Chim-Ning Wong, and Cole Kimball, recovering from rotator cuff surgery that he had last year. But, Dave, I guess the biggest story of the roster came in the last couple of days and was still a story on the field before the game with questions for both Mike Rizzo and Davy Johnson, and that concerned John Lannon, who it was thought with the injury to Chim-Ning Wong would move in as the number 5 starter, but after the work of Ross Detweiler throughout the spring, they decided to go with Detweiler as the number 5 starter, and John Lannon was optioned at AAA Syracuse. We found that out during the course of the game against the Red Sox Tuesday.
Yeah, very tough for John, the business of baseball, a guy who slated to make $5 million this year, but this is about winning games. Mike Rizzo and Davy Johnson both really singing the same tune, saying that it was not about anything that John Lannon did to lose his spot on the club, but it was what Ross Detweiler did to earn his spot in the rotation. Detweiler was out of options. He was going to be on this team, but you were doing a disservice to your team to have him pitch in long relief, maybe an inning or two a week after a starter gets knocked out, when he could be starting every 5th day with the swing and miss stuff that he features and the way he had performed. John Lannon did not feel comfortable coming out of the bullpen. A couple of times he did it during the spring, but they feel that they will utilize John at some point during this season. Now John did, in an email to the local reporters, reiterate that he is asked to be traded. The Nationals have no intention of trading John. In fact, Mike Rizzo said that he firmly believes that John will help the Nationals at some point this year. So hopefully John goes down there, pitches well, and gets back here to help the Nationals soon.
When you look at it, this is a guy who was the opening day starter 2 of the last 3 years, and now did not make your opening day staff. So it tells you how far the Nationals have come with a starting rotation that will feature the likes of Steven Strasburg, Gio Gonzalez, the big offseason acquisition, the trade with Oakland, 4 players to get him, and then they turn around and sign him to a big multi-year contract extension. Then you have Jordan Zimmerman, who was able to pitch a full season after last year was his year coming back from Tommy John surgery and shut down in August. And the newcomer Edwin Jackson, which probably surprised a lot of people at that point, signing him a 1-year, $10 million deal. But again, this is a guy who can eat a lot of innings. He has big-time stuff when he's out there. He's throwing a no-hitter. And knowing that at some point Strasburg will be shut down, you're not necessarily going with somebody from the minor leagues. You've added this other big arm right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, the starting rotation will be a swing and miss starting rotation. A lot of strikeouts. The Nationals have been at the bottom of the league in strikeouts from their starters the last few years. They've always been a pitch-to-contact ground ball staff, but you have power arms, and Detweiler, the 5th starter, fits right in that mix.
Man, Detweiler looked terrific again the other day in his 1 inning in that last start of the spring on Friday. The bullpen is very familiar. Craig Stammen makes the club coming out of the spring, along with Ryan Matthews. Both of those guys would be on the bubble if everybody was healthy, and if they had put Detweiler in the bullpen and Lannon in the starting rotation, with Lannon going down, another reliever got a chance to make the club.
Right, and Davy Johnson wants a long man from the left side and a long man from the right side, so Stammen gives you that right-handed long guy. Tom Gorzolani gives you a left-handed long man, and Ryan Matthews can fill in that role that he pitched in well last year, which is in those middle innings, and he can pitch multiple innings. So, for example, if Steven Strasburg goes 5 innings today, on a cold day reaches some sort of a pitch count, Davy thinks he's laboring, you can get Matthews maybe to get you more than 3 outs to bridge the gap to what is a strong back end of the bullpen with the familiar name of Tyler Clippard in the 8th inning, and Henry Rodriguez and Brad Lidge, who until Drew Storen returns will share the closer load.
And both Rodriguez and Lidge look terrific during the spring. We'll talk about the position players when we come back. We'll have a visit with Davy Johnson, all still ahead. When Nationals on Deck continues on opening day from Chicago on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Planning to move your home or office? At JK Moving Services, they're experts in local, long-distance, and international moving, and have ample secure storage space for both residential and commercial customers. Contact JK today at 800-673-8487 to schedule a free estimate or visit jkmoving.com. JK Moving Services is proud to be the official mover of the Washington Nationals. So plan your next move with JK Moving Services, because they listen to what matters most to you.
Say that achieving a perfect game begins with spring training. We say achieving your perfect golf game begins this spring, where the pros play. Host of the LPGA Tour's Kings Mill Championship, Kings Mill Resort offers an unforgettable golf experience, boasting 3 championship courses designed by legendary designers like Arnold Palmer and Curtis Strange. Whether it's fine-tuning your swing at one of the top 25 golf academies in the country or working out your kinks on the course, Kings Mill is the perfect destination for your spring training. Visit kingsmill.com to book your golf getaway.
Love exploring new places, but travel can get expensive. So to save money, I just stay home, close my eyes real tight, and pretend I'm off somewhere exciting.
Hey, Mom, can I have a cheese stick?
Sorry, sweetie. Mommy's not home. She's in the magical land of Machu Picchu.
But I see you sitting right in front of me.
Oh, that's just your imagination. I'm in Machu Picchu.
What?
That's enough, sweetie. Mommy's in Machu Picchu.
There's an easier way to save. GEICO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Back here at Wrigley Field on opening day, the Nationals right now are being introduced one by one to the crowd here at Wrigley Field as the fans are still coming in, getting to their seats. as players are getting loose in the field. The starting pitchers are out of the outfield. Steven Strasburg playing long toss in right field, and Ryan Dempster, the Cubs starter, out in left field. Well, Dave, we talk about the position players, the catchers, no surprises there. Bud Rodriguez not re-signed. In fact, still hasn't signed with anybody for this year. Wilson Ramos inherits the number 1 job with a very healthy and strong-looking Jesus Flores backing him up.
Yeah, it'll be the first opening day start for Ramos, and a harrowing offseason for Wilson. I'm sure great to be back here and starting for the first time on opening day with a very capable backup in Flores, who was the Nationals starter a couple of years ago.
Adam LaRoche, throw everything out that you saw last year. He was never healthy from day one, so he wants to prove he's the player he was before in the second year of a 2-year deal. Will be the first baseman. The double play combination, Danny Espinosa at second, Ian Desmond at short. Davey Johnson loves them both, expecting big things from them. And, of course, his anchor over there at third base, Ryan Zimmerman.
Strong infield defense. A lot expected of Desmond and Espinosa. They're going to be counted on 1 and 2 in the batting order, and both need to improve that on-base percentage to set the table for what will hopefully be a big year for Ryan Zimmerman. With Morse out of the lineup, LaRoche slots in the cleanup spot, and so chance hopefully for those guys to drive in some runs if Desmond and Espinosa get on base.
Starting outfield today is Mark DeRosa in left, Roger Bernardina in center, and Jason Worth in right. And that may be that way for a few days. DeRosa had a terrific spring. He hit over 400. Former Cub, as is one of the other reserves, Chad Tracy from the left side and Xavier Nady from the right side. The three of those rode over to camp today. Former Cubs coming to Wrigley Field to debut as Nationals.
That's right. A lot of ex-Cub presence in that Nationals clubhouse. And Davey Johnson likes the bench. A guy like Chad Tracy can hit the long ball. Xavier Nady is a very good fastball hitter, hits lefties well. Mark DeRosa gives him versatility. I know Morse is out, so he can start in left field. He can play first base. We may see Adam LaRoche sit against some lefties, so you could see a guy like Nady or a guy like DeRosa play some first base. And will Jason Worth play any center field? He played center field quite a bit during the spring, so maybe against lefties, Worth lines up in center, puts some of those right-handed bats on the corner outfield. Of course, that all changes when a guy playing in Syracuse comes up. What's his name?
Bryce Harper?
Yeah, that guy.
That's
not here yet, though.
No. Stephen Lombardozzi is. He makes an opening day roster. The Maryland native played some outfield as well in the spring to make himself more valuable. So we'll see how he is used to get at bats during the course of the season. And Brett Carroll rounds it out as a reserve outfielder from the right-handed side off the bench. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Washington Nationals Baseball Network.
WJFK-FM and WJFK-FM HD1 Manassas, Washington, and WIAD HD3 Bethesda. Sports Radio 106.7, The Fan.
When we return here on opening day to Wrigley Field, a visit with a very pumped-up Nationals manager, Davey Johnson. That conversation is coming up next from Chicago on the Nationals Baseball Network.
So how will you keep on top of what's happening in 2012? Polling data? The blogosphere? No. The Washington Times, where you'll find hard-hitting journalism you won't find in other papers, and conservative commentary you can depend on. That's why the Washington Times is the official newspaper of 2012. For home delivery, call 202-636-3333 or visit WashingtonTimes.com today. The Washington Times, fearless reporting, American values.
Oh, this new AT&T 4G LTE is fast.
Hey, Steve, did you hear that?
I know. State 1, last-second jump shot in OT. I just downloaded the highlights to my phone. That's sold 42 seconds ago. Oh, but how? AT&T's new 4G LTE. It's up to 10 times faster than 3G, so I know everything before you do.
Oh, yeah? You don't know what I'm going to say next.
Yeah, I do. And I just posted a video of it online. Check it out, man.
Oh, yeah? You don't know what I'm going to say next.
Fast, right?
Dude, I'm officially freaked out.
AT&T. Rethink possible. Introducing AT&T 4G LTE in Washington, D.C. with speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G.
Come in and get the LG Nitro HD, featuring an 8-megapixel HD camera for vibrant pictures and 1080p video recording, all for just $99.99. Visit att.com or store for details. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Limited 4G LTE availability in select markets. Compatible device and data plan required. Learn more at att.com/network. New 2-year voice agreement with qualified monthly data plan required. Other charges and restrictions apply.
Well, it's opening day here at Wrigley Field in Chicago, and we get a chance to catch up with Nationals manager Davey Johnson. And Davey, you took over this ball club in Chicago last June, but it was at the airport. This is a little bit different scenario starting your first full season at the helm of the Nationals.
No question about it. I was excited last year, and this year I'm doubly excited. I really like the ball club. We're going to have some fun this year. Got a lot of talent on this ball club. It's exciting. It's exciting to open up here because this is where I need my career to play.
Right, you talked about that last year. That was one of the things that you wanted to do before your career was over, get a chance to play at Wrigley Field. Opening day is always exciting, no matter where it is. A place like this is a little added specialty to it.
Well, there's so much history here, so many great ball players have played here, and it's really a fun ballpark to play in. The fans are right on top of you. It's exciting. This time of year, the wind usually blows in, so it can be more of a pitcher's duel instead of a hitter's slugfest. But it's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Your ball club is a little nicked up. There are some injuries. Of course, Chinning Wong got hurt with that play covering first in spring training.
way it looked, a train wreck, that he could have been a lot worse than a hamstring injury. He'll be back at some point in weeks to come. The other injuries, guys like Michael Morse and Rick Ankiel, they open the season on the disabled list, but they'll be playing tonight for Harrisburg at Bowie and can come back after just 4 or 5 days.
Well, it's a really good situation for us, and those guys had some really strange injuries where they were put on rest for 2 to 3 weeks at times. But they both took great BPs with us yesterday at a home ballpark in Nationals. They're all excited, and they're going to be back soon, so that bodes well. But the exciting thing for me is I like the talent that we got here. We've had a great spring. It wasn't reflected in our one-loss record, but it really a lot of guys did a lot of things that really excited me. I really like my bench and bullpen, which is a manager's security blanket, and we're set to go. I can't wait for the open day pitch.
Drew Storen as well, we should mention out, but the signing of Brad Lidge looming very important with his experience and the great spring that Henry Rodriguez had. He didn't allow a run until the game the other day against the Red Sox.
Well, the maturation progress of Henry Rodriguez was unbelievable. Everybody knows he's always had a great arm, but from last year, he saved a couple ball games, and he's carried it into the spring. He's probably thrown as good as any pitcher I've had in camp, and he's in a good frame of mind. And as is the whole bullpen. The bullpen was outstanding in the spring, and it's exciting.
Strasburg out of the gate. Gio Gonzalez, Jordan Zimmerman, Edwin Jackson, and we found out the other day Ross Detweiler. That's a pretty good five.
Well, a lot of great arms there and a lot of quality pitchers. They all can pitch. They all get their spots, and they all have above-average major league stuff. So I've had a lot of good staffs in my career as a manager, but this one ranks right up there with them.
And I remember earlier in the spring when it was announced that Strasburg would be the opening day starter, you told the reporters it wasn't a situation or a decision you spent much time on.
No, really, he's just got everything for a number one starter. He's got poise, he's got great stuff, he's got very good presence, and all of them do, but he's just a little notch above him, so he's going to be fun to watch today.
You mentioned the bench. As soon as the other guys come back, you'll have some tough decisions almost right away.
Well, no question about that, but the guys that are on the ball club, they're fully capable, and of course we miss our cleanup hitter and arguably our best defensive center fielder. But beside that, this ball club is very well balanced. We got a great bench, and everyday lineup, I'll stack it up with about anybody. The potential is there. We didn't have our veterans last year for most of the season, so it's good to have Adam LaRoche back and a healthy Jason Worth and Zim. Zim's had an outstanding spring, so it's really, from the manager's standpoint, it's very exciting.
Yeah, because injuries are key. We've seen it already all over baseball during the spring. Health counts for a whole lot of a successful season.
Well, no question about it. It's my job to make sure that I give guys rest when they need me, and if they have nagging injuries, have people I can go to on the bench. And we have a very flexible bench, and it has a lot of talent on it. And, not just to go in and catch the ball, but really, get big hits up the plate, pinch hitting, or go in the game as a defensive replacement. We got a lot of talent there.
Bombardozzi had a great spring, muscled up over the winter, and Xavier Nady kind of came out of nowhere during the midpoint of the spring.
Yeah, he and Tracy are probably the biggest surprises on this ball club. Tracy didn't have much of a year last year, and he started a little slow in the spring and really came on strong at the end, probably swinging the bat best of anybody in the lineup. And unfortunately, I couldn't find a spot to get in the open day lineup, as Rosa had even better spring. But it's a fun club. The makeup on this club is off the charts, and I know they're more excited than I am.
Does that mean you got much sleep last night?
I was up about every 2 hours last night thinking, but I'm used to that. It's an old habit, You sleep a while, you think of something, you wake up, go back to sleep, and you wake up. That's baseball.
Well, I know from the reaction of the fans the other day at the ballpark, and from what I've seen through the social networks, our fans are really pumped up and really excited about this season getting started.
Well, I mean, this is one of the best ball clubs potentially, and I say potentially. I mean, if we do just the things that each guy is capable of doing, it should be one exciting, one heck of a year, and that's what's got my heart pumping really good.
Thanks, Davey. We appreciate it. Have a great one today, and hopefully a curly W in the books.
Thanks, Johnny.
And that is a very pumped up, a very stoked Davey Johnson, the manager of the Nationals, as we are ready for the start of the season. And Dave and I are pumped up too. Why not? Baseball season is here, and the play-by-play broadcast, the Nationals and the Cubs from Wrigley Field, is coming up next on the Nationals Baseball Network.
So-and-so's on deck. So-and-so's on the bench. So-and-so swung for the fences. Decks, benches, fences.
Starting to feel like the announcers dropping hints? Like they know about that wood staining project you've been putting off? Get it over with the easy way with Flood Wood Care products. From the first board you brush to the last, you'll find it surprisingly simple to protect and beautify your investments. Pick up some Flood products and see for yourself. Find a supply checklist, step-by-step instructions, and a retailer near you at flood.com.
Miller time. It's a rallying cry to the men around you, the ones that have become your brothers. A call to beers answered with,
Order me a Miller Lite, I'll be there in
A night where your crew gets down to the task at hand that may or may not involve running tables, firing up the grill, getting the band back together. Just a few choice words spoken to the right men who crave a light beer that's never light on taste. Because it's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Michael Morse, outfielder, Washington Nationals. When I step in the box, I'm completely calm. I know that I'm better than him. I know that I already have him beat. And if he throws it where I want it, then I'm going to do some damage. Goodbye! Throws the ball, and I just unleash the beast.
Opening day, Thursday, April 12th, and answer the Reds in 105 of the first 20,000 fans. Receive an opening day cap presented by Geico. Go to nationals.com/tickets.
This is a line in the sand. On one side, the comfort and predictability of the past beckons. And on the other, the challenge of the future dares you to step across and into the all-new Lexus GS. To a place where the available Lexus Inform app suite can connect you to the world like no automobile ever has. Where an entirely new platform, Drive Mode Select, and the available Lexus Dynamic Handling System can help you charge through corners with authority. Where an unrestrained vision can create a bold new presence. So, make your choice. But test drive with caution, because once a sports sedan this extraordinary has raised your standards, there's no going back. The all-new 2013 Lexus GS. See your Washington area Lexus dealer.
Obey traffic regulations and maintain awareness of road conditions. Data charges may apply. Apps and services vary by phone and carrier. See lexus.com/inform for more information. Versus competitor automobiles.
At Exxon and Mobil locations, you can save 15 cents per gallon for 60 days when you use your SpeedPass device for fuel purchases at participating locations. Just register your SpeedPass device at speedpass.com by May 31st, 2012 to start saving. That's right, save 15 cents per gallon just by using your SpeedPass device. Visit speedpass.com today. Excludes business and fleet card accounts. Rebates will be posted to the credit or check card linked to SpeedPass. Maximum 100 gallons per account eligible for rebate. Offer valid for only one account per person. Allow 90 days to receive rebates.
From the Geico Studio, WJFK-FM and WJFK-FM HD1, Manassas, Washington. And WIAD Bethesda, your new flagship station for the Washington Nationals. Sports Radio 106.7, The Fan.
After a busy offseason and a spring of much anticipation, a new season is here, and Steven Strasburg is on the mound to open the 2012 campaign against Ryan Dempster and the Cubs. Nationals baseball play-by-play on the radio from Wrigley Field starts right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Nationals.
The 2-1 to Zimmerman. 2 strikes, the count. The crowd gets into it, and Strasburg into the windup. Look at the drive deep to right. This may go. It's way back. Grand slam. Danny Espinosa. Swing and miss. 14 strikeouts. Desmond stuff. Gets to his feet. Throw to runner's feet. And out at first base. Oh, what a play by Ian Desmond up the middle and to his left.
Nationals baseball is presented by PNC. For the achiever in you, Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on your car insurance. ExxonMobil, taking on the world's toughest energy challenges. Miller Lite, because when friends come together, it's not just a good time, it's Miller time. And by Twisted Tea, the hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. Now, here are Charlie and Dave.
It is bright sunshine, and it is quite cool. The temperature in the upper 40s. The wind is blowing straight in off Lake Michigan, straight in from center field. Right now they tell us it's 17 miles an hour, but gusting between 20 and 30 miles an hour. That means, folks, it will be a pitcher's day here on opening day at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the play-by-play. Charlie Slows, Dave Jagler with you to begin a brand new baseball season, and for the Nationals, a much-anticipated one at that, as they figure with the team that they have put together to move up in the National League Eastern Division standings. They come here to Chicago to take on a Cubs team that has had a couple of tough years in a row. They won only 71 games last year, and with that, off-season changes. In fact, they found out during the course of last year that Jim Hendry, their general manager, would not return, although he stayed on to help finish out the year. And then it was a big story in the early part of the offseason. Who would come run the Cubs, and how would they get him, and what would they have to give up to get him? Well, they got their man, and then they still don't know for a long time. I don't know if they know now what they have to give up to get him.
Well, right on the eve of spring training, they sent Chris Carpenter, not the Cardinals ace, the other Chris Carpenter, who was a Cubs reliever and recently a minor league player, to the Red Sox for Theo Epstein. And Epstein leaving his hometown team, the franchise that he helped build into a 2-time world champion, to try to do the same thing with another franchise that's had a rough century. The Cubs have not won a World Series since 1908. And Theo Epstein, the team president, he brought in his good friend Jen Hoyer to be the GM, and Dale Swaim, who, interestingly enough, almost became the Red Sox manager, became the Cubs manager. And Swaim was the third base coach in Boston when Theo Epstein was the GM there. So Swain, who was the interim manager at the end of 2008 with Milwaukee, leaving the Brewers to be a first-year manager with the Cubs. But the Cubs certainly in a rebuilding mode. Aramis Ramirez is gone. Carlos Pena, who was at first base, was gone. They could not shed the contract of Alfonso Soriano, who is still in left field. As Bill Murray is running around the bases. He's going to be singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" later. Bill Murray going to score the first run of the year for the Cubs, apparently. He's rounding second, heading for third. He's being waved in.
Is he going to slide?
Now he throws the ball to Kerry Wood. Wood giving him the slide, and he does. Basically fell into home plate. Comedian Bill Murray.
A big-time Cubs fan, and spent a lot of time early in his comedy career. The Second City television group here in Chicago. Now he's going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch, and as Dave mentioned, he'll be upstairs to our right in the WGN TV booth in the seventh inning for the traditional singing of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" here at Wrigley Field. Well, Steven Strasburg is in the bullpen. They're located on the field of play in foul ground just beyond the infield here at Wrigley Field. He throws to Wilson Ramos, who's catching him down there, completing his warm-up tosses, while Ryan Dempster completing his warm-up tosses in the Cubs bullpen. And in just a few moments, we'll have baseball beginning the 2012 season. Now, in case you missed it, the actual official season began last week with the Seattle Mariners and Oakland A's playing a two-game series in Japan. They split those games, then returned stateside to finish spring training.
You may have missed that because it was very early in the morning. I was up at a little after 6 when the kids had to go to school following those games. But many, you have to be a hardy baseball fan to wake up at that time. But the stateside opener was last night, the unveiling of the new Marlins ballpark, and the St. Louis Cardinals, the defending world champions, spoiled the home debut at New Marlins Stadium with a victory behind a strong near no-hit bid of Kyle Loesch. Took a no-hit bid into the seventh inning, trying to duplicate the great late Bob Feller, the only opening day no-hitter in the history of baseball. He took one into the seventh inning before Jose Reyes broke it up. So the Cardinals are 1-0 and off to a good start.
Yeah, they banged out 10 hits in 6 innings on Josh Johnson on the way to a victory. A crazy sequence of events for the Cardinals, who played their Springfield Double-A team in Springfield, Illinois on Tuesday, and then returned to Florida to play the Marlins to open the season, similar to what the Nationals and Braves did to open Nationals Park in 2008, playing just one game in Miami, and now those two teams having to travel after that. The Braves playing this afternoon in New York against the Mets, along with the Phillies and the Pirates. The Marlins will take on the Reds a little bit later on this afternoon, and the Dodgers and Padres are playing tonight in the National League. But the Miami Marlins had to go to Cincinnati, and the Cardinals, well, they get a little bit of a breather and not have to play until tomorrow when they begin the rest of their opening road trip in Milwaukee.
They don't get to get their World Series rings and unfurl the banner until next week. The Cubs actually are going to be the opponent when the Cardinals celebrate their World Series championship. So they have to open on the road like the Nationals. The Nationals will open with 6 straight away from home, 3 here in Chicago, 3 in New York, and then finally the home opener a week from this afternoon against Cincinnati at Nationals Park.
Now, hoping for good weather for the opening weekend. That the Nationals and the Cincinnati Reds will kick off, presented by the Washington Post. Again, next Thursday at 1:05, that's April the 12th. A reminder, the first 20,000 fans will receive an opening day cap presented by Geico. Opening night, the following night, Friday, April the 13th at 7:05, the first 15,000 fans will receive a Natitude t-shirt presented by 106.7 The Fan. And then Saturday, April the 14th at 4:05, fitting that we mentioned it with him pitching today, the first 15,000 fans, that's 15,000 fans, will receive a Steven Strasburg bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. The opening series wraps up on Sunday, April the 15th with a 1:35 start between the Nationals and the Reds, and that will be Jackie Robinson Day. Tickets are available for opening weekend. Opening day going fast. Go to nationals.com/opening. Some restrictions apply. We mentioned the Braves and the Mets playing in New York. They're at the top of the 5th inning with no score in that one. Tommy Hanson getting the opening day start for the Braves was 11-7 in 22 starts last year, and Johan Santana missed all of last year, was 11-9 in 29 starts in 2010 on the mound for the Mets. He's allowed 2 hits. Hanson has allowed 1. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning now, or top of the 5th inning now, I should say, with no score. Phillies and Pirates at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, and no score in that one. They played the top of the 4th inning. Roy Halladay was 19-6 last year, runner-up for the Cy Young Award, and he's facing Eric Bedard, pitched last year with Seattle and Boston, and moves on to Pittsburgh to be the Pirates' opening day starter. We mentioned the Marlins, now called the Miami Marlins, will start just after 4 o'clock Eastern in Cincinnati against the Reds. Mark Burley will make his Marlins debut, was 13-9 last year for the White Sox. Johnny Cueto, who was 9-5 in 24 starts, and an injury-riddled season for the Reds, will get the call for Cincinnati. And the other game of the National League schedule today, the Dodgers and the Padres playing tonight in San Diego. It'll be Clayton Kershaw, the Cy Young Award winner, 21-5 against Anderson Volquez. Comes over to the Padres via trade from Cincinnati, was 5-7. Boston and Oakland, one of two games in the American League today. No score, top of the fifth. John Lester against Justin Verlander, the Cy Young Award winner and MVP, won 24 games for the Tigers last year. And later on, Toronto and Cleveland, Ricky Romero against Justin Masterson. They'll get underway in about 45 minutes. The Cubs have taken the field. Ryan Dempster to take his warm-up tosses. Time for our starting lineups in batting order.
For the Nationals, Ian Desmond leads off at shortstop. Then at second baseman, Danny Espinosa, followed by third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman. Batting fourth at first base, it's Adam LaRoche. The right fielder, Jason Worth, hits fifth. Batting sixth and left, Mark DeRosa. The center fielder is Roger Bernardina. Bernardina hitting seventh. The catcher, Wilson Ramos, bats eighth. And Steven Strasburg faces the Cubs for the first time in his career and makes his first career opening day start. Strasburg batting ninth. Desmond, Espinosa, Zimmerman, LaRoche, Worth, DeRosa, Bernardina, Ramos, and Strasburg for manager Davey Johnson. For the Cubs, newly acquired right fielder David DeJesus leads off. Batting second is second baseman Darwin Barney. The all-star shortstop Starlin Castro hits third. It's Alfonso Soriano in left field batting fourth. Ian Stewart celebrating a birthday at third base hitting fifth. Jeff Baker at first base bats sixth. Marlon Byrd in center hitting seventh. Giovanni Soto, the catcher, hits eighth. And Ryan Dempster bats ninth. Dempster 9-1 in his career against the Nationals franchise with a 2.87 ERA. DeJesus, Barney, Castro, Soriano, Stewart, Baker, Byrd, Soto, and Dempster for the Cubs. Stanton Demuth, the crew chief. The home plate umpire Kerwin Danley at first. Doug Eddings at second and Paul Nard at third. It's time for the 2012 championship season, the 8th year of Nationals baseball. And for Charlie and I, our 7th year together and your 15th year. Here's Charlie Slows.
The magic number, Dave. The magic number. Here we go. Ryan Dempster is ready to work. Ian Desmond in for the right side, wearing the new number 20. And the first pitch swung on, and a line drive into right field. A base hit for Ian Desmond. A humpback liner off the trademark, taken through the right side on the first pitch of the new year. It's underway on a positive note. Desmond with a single to right field.
Well, he's been swinging at that first pitch as the leadoff hitter. He did it against the Red Sox the other day. He hit a home run against Josh Johnson down in spring training on the first pitch of the game. That's a good way to start the season.
Underway at 25 minutes past the hour. And the game time temperature is only 41 degrees here with the wind at Wrigley Field. More than 20 miles an hour blowing straight in. Dempster turns, throws to first. Desmond back. Danny Espinosa standing in, the switch hitter batting left-handed. Danny hit 236 last year. He hit 241 for the spring. And Pop with 21 home runs. Last year knocked in 66 and loved to cut down on the 166 strikeouts that was third in the league. Cubs in the familiar home white pinstripe uniforms with the blue and red trim. The Nationals, the road gray with red and navy blue and white trim. Espinosa runs up as if to bunt and missed it for a strike. Dempster primarily the fastball and the slider. Again, last year just 10-14, a 4.80 ERA. During the spring, 1-1, a 3.26 ERA in 5 starts. He worked 19 in the third innings and gave up 7 runs and 20 hits. He comes set. And the throw to first again, Desmond back. The Cubs were hoping to have Brian LaHare be their first baseman. He's been bothered by a bad back, so scratched. There was talk of him going on the DL. That did not happen before the game. And the next pitch, Espinosa takes, and it's outside for a ball. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. So Jeff Baker at first with Darwin Barney at second. Starlin Castro is shaded way toward the middle at short. And off the line, even with the bag, Ian Stewart at third. Next delivery, fastball just missed away. And the fans getting restless already. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Espinosa had 2 doubles, 2 homers, 3 batted in during the spring. Stewart's backed up a step or 2 at third, well off the line. The pitch low and outside, and the count 3 balls and a strike. Dempster is trying to stay away from Espinosa. Next one on the way, a fastball high. Espinosa leans away. It's ball 4. 87 miles an hour of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association radar gun. With a pitch up and into Espinosa. Now the Nationals have runners on first and second, nobody out. Natco, we guide you home. Tracking the speed of the pitches throughout our day and throughout the year. Here's the Z-Man, Ryan Zimmerman, for his first at-bat of the new season. During the spring, .354, 17 of 48, 6 doubles, 3 homers, and 10 batted in. Dempster comes set. He delivers. Zim looks at it. It's in there. A called strike to fastball at 89 miles an hour. Zimmerman has had some success against Dempster. 6 out of 16. That's 375 with a home run. Right-hander to the belt. Barney, the second baseman, trying to hold the lead right close. And a fastball swung on and missed. So the count is 0-2 on Zim. Soriano in left field is straight away. Bird straight away in center. Pretty much the same for De Jesus, the new right fielder for the Cubs. Dempster sets, checks the lead runner. The pitch swung on it, a belt to deep center field. Bird going back, still back, slowing up. The wind will hold it up, and near the track he makes the catch for the out. Runners both tagging, and both will move up. Desmond to third, and Espinoza into second, ahead of the throw, which was offline from Bird. So on a normal day, that ball was out of here for a 3-run homer.
And on a summer day, it might be on top of the batter's eye with the wind blowing out, but it knocked it down to just the edge of the track, basically.
The Nationals, with a long out, moved 2 runners into scoring position with 1 out for Adam LaRoche. LaRoche began the season last year knowing he had a tear in the rotator cuff and the labrum and tried to play through it. That lasted 43 games and 93 at-bats. He had 172 and then went under the knife for the corrective surgery. Left-handed hitter. Looks at the pitch from Dempster, and the fastball is low at 92 miles an hour. During the spring, limited by an ankle turn. 5 for 22. That's 227 with a double. Against Dempster, LaRoche is 3 out of 13 with a home run. Infield is back, runners second and third. The pitch, fastball in there, a called strike. The shortstop Castro way towards the middle against LaRoche, who pulls the ball. But in the outfield, Bird's a bit to left center, Soriano a bit toward the line and left. De Jesus straight away and right. Dempster delivers, swing and a chopper foul past Jason Worth in the on-deck circle and off the protective screen in front of the Nationals dugout here on the first base side. Up to occupy the third base dugout. Opening day in Chicago for the Cubs is pretty much a holiday. People stop what they're doing and come here to celebrate the start of the baseball season. And for a lot of years, the season of their frustration. Pitch on the way. Low and outside of LaRoche. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missing with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Last year, the Cubs drew 3,017,966. They averaged 37,259. They were 5th in the National League in attendance and 10th overall in the major leagues. Dempster, with time called, goes behind the mound to use the rosin bag. You can see that a stretch of grass that includes the mound area all the way to home plate was brand new sod. Swing and a miss, got him with a breaking ball. Change of speeds down to 82 miles an hour, and LaRoche strikes out for out number 2. A big out for Dempster. With runners on second and third, now the Nationals need a 2-out hit to score. And they'll need it from Jason Worth, the right fielder. A 200 average during the spring on 10 out of 50, but had 3 doubles and 4 home runs. He knocked in 7. Last year, in his first year with the Nationals, 232 the average, 26 doubles and triple, 20 homers, and 58 runs batted in. He's come up here to face Dempster, and against Dempster in his career is just 2 out of 12, a pair of doubles. The set of the pitch, fastball in there, a called strike. Down to the field before the game, Dave, Danny Espinoza was remarking about the thickly cut grass here in the infield. We mentioned that new sod. But if you're the home team and you have a ground ball pitching staff, here's the set and there's the pitch. Fastball missed outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Then you're going to want the field a little bit thick, slow the other team's ground balls down for your infield.
Absolutely, you're going to tailor your home park to your team. Dempster gets some sink on it.
You can tell it's early in the year. There's not a lot of green in the ivy on the outfield wall. In fact, it doesn't look like there's a lot of ivy. It's like a lot of dirt. Here's a swing by Worth and a high fly ball right center field. And De Jesus, the right fielder, in under it waiting and makes the catch in the alley for the out. So not much doing with fly balls. The Nationals had a good chance, unable to cash in on the top of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, and they leave 2 men in scoring position. Middle of the first, it's Washington 0. Chicago coming to bat on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Hey, Benji, your turn.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Come on, Benji. What's it going to be?
Okay. I see you raise, and I raise again. No, wait, I'm all in.
Benji, we're ordering dinner. Like to play poker? With the new World Poker Tour Scratcher from the Virginia Lottery, you could win up to $150,000 or a seat at a WPT poker tournament with our second chance sweepstakes.
Hey, stop looking at my burger. And you, hands off my chips.
Odds of winning top prize, 1 in 900,000. Odds of winning second chance sweepstakes dependent upon number of entries received.
900,000 products in 31 product categories. Some people would say Grainger has everything but the kitchen sink. Of course, those people would be wrong, because sinks are among the over 900,000 products Grainger offers to help keep your business up and running, along with belt sanders, baseboard heaters, duct tape, tissue paper, reversible air drills, and, well, you get the idea. Most everything. For super fast access to Grainger's over 900,000 products, call clickgrainger.com or stop by a branch today. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Need a safer and smarter way to manage your retirement and make more money in the markets? The award-winning programs and instructors at your local online Trading Academy Learning Centers will show you how. Register for a free half-day orientation by calling 703-442-8282 or register online at tradingacademy.com/Washington, D.C. Call 703-442-8282 and ask about their scholarships for all U.S. military veterans. 703-442-8282.
Make it home safe with the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, ensuring 70,000 safe flights every day. NATCA works for you. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Bottom of the first inning and no score at Wrigley Field, and Steven Strasburg takes the mound for the Nationals. The 23-year-old right-hander from San Diego is in terrific shape. 6'4", about 220 pounds. The first pick in the draft, June of 2009, out of San Diego State University. 5 starts last year back from Tommy John surgery, and he looked like the Strasburg of old. Pitching to a 179 batting average against him, giving up 15 hits in 24 innings, striking out 24, and walking 2. His first pitch to the left-handed hitting David DeJesus is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball right in there for a strike one call. DeJesus hit .240 for Oakland last year in 131 games. 20 doubles, 5 triples, 10 homers, 46 RBIs. And a swing and a fly ball center field. Bernardina shaded left center to his right now, moves in a bit with the wind taking it back toward the infield, and he makes the catch for the out.
DeJesus, the only member of the Cubs lineup to have an at-bat against Strasburg. That came in interleague play with Kansas City in 2010. There is one other Cub to have an at-bat against Strasburg, but Steven will not face him today. That's Chris Volstad.
The former Marlins pitcher, that's right. Here's Darwin Barney. Barney had a terrific spring. He hit .404. 23 out of 57 with 10 doubles, 2 triples, and he drove in 15 runs. Jammed a ground ball right side. LaRoche has it. An underhanded flip to Strasburg. 2 men away. And no one's loving this more than pitching coach Steve McCanty, who's talked with Strasburg time and again and with other members of the pitching staff about getting outs early in the count. Well, he's thrown 3 pitches to get 2 outs.
Cubs team doesn't have a lot of hitters who walk. I mean, this is an aggressive, right-handed hitting lineup. Castro is going to hit now, doesn't walk. Soriano doesn't walk. Bird doesn't walk. Baker doesn't walk. Soto. These guys are up there to swing, and so Strasburg, who's around the plate, hopefully can keep that pitch count down if he can avoid giving up hits.
Castro, 29 errors last year, and they put up with the errors to get the offense that he is providing as a star early on in his career. Here's the pitch. Strasburg delivers, and a changeup inside ball 1. 91 miles an hour. Took something off there. He was 7th in the league in batting, or 6th in the league in batting at .307. Swinging a pop-up on the infield and near the mound, and no one's going to catch it. It lands, and with LaRoche and Zimmerman breaking in, no one covering first, and Strasburg got out of the way for them.
How many times have I talked about that? He's pointing at the ball, running out of the way. It was a soft, really a short pop-up. It was not high in the air. LaRoche and Zimmerman are both playing deep. They couldn't get to it.
The wind's blowing it back towards home plate, and that shouldn't happen, but it did.
I mean, they tell the pitcher to get out of the way, and that's one where the pitcher's got to catch it.
Well, Castro was the Geico National League leader in hits last year with 207. That's how he gets number 1 this year.
It's a line drive in the scorebook.
Here's the pitch. Fastball to Soriano is low ball 1. Soriano hit .244 last year, 27 doubles, a triple, 26 homers, and 88 batted in. Had a good spring, 286, 5 doubles, 6 homers, and 18 knocked in. Now the pitch. Swing and a drop in well to center field. Bernardina going back, still back, and now the wind will hold it. Bernardina in a step, makes the catch, and the inning is over. On a summer's day with the wind blowing out, that one would have sailed out of Wrigley Field in a hurry. So Soriano skies to deep center, no harm done with the non-played infield pop. No runs, 1 hit, and a man left. After 1, Washington nothing, Chicago nothing on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Cholula hot sauce brings an unbelievable flavor explosion that delivers just the right amount of heat to enhance any meal. Cholula is perfect on pizza, chicken, popcorn, burgers, or any of your favorite foods.
The next time you're at Nationals Park, be sure to look for Cholula, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap. Heat up your summer today with Cholula, the official hot sauce of your Washington Nationals, and flamethrowers everywhere.
For counting coins with Mommy, for learning to save, for knowing how much a hot dog costs, for the extremely curious, for the achiever in you. The S is for Savings Account from PNC. It's an interactive online banking experience that helps you and your child set goals for saving, sharing, and spending. It's a fun learning tool for young children, and it's free at pnc.com/S is for Savings. PNC Bank, the official bank of the Washington Nationals. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Ryan Zimmerman, third baseman, Washington Nationals. It's one of those pressures that you either like or you don't like, and it makes me rise to the occasion. I don't ever feel pressure. I just play baseball, I think. If you don't want to be that guy, then probably in the wrong line of business.
Saturday, April 14th, it's the Dance of the Reds at 4:05. The first 15,000 fans receive a Steven Strasburg bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. Go to nationals.com/tickets.
Make it home safe with the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, ensuring 70,000 safe flights every day. NATCA works for you. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Top of the second and no score. Opening day, Wrigley Field. And Mark DeRosa, the former Cub, took a strike. Ryan Dempster right back with a fastball low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Who's Hot? Brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap. DeRosa swinging a line drive left field. Soriano coming up. And Soriano hops into the play and makes the catch in left center. DeRosa retired. He had a blistering spring, hitting .457, 16-35, hitting the ball all over the field. And getting the start in left field here on opening day with Michael Morse on the disabled list. Again, Who's Hot? Brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce. Here's Roger Bernardina. Bernardina hit .288 with a late surge during the spring with a double, 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And looks at the first pitch inside ball 1. Starting in center field. Bernardina last year, 91 games for the Nationals, 46 for Syracuse. Swing and a miss. Change of speed and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. But last year, Bernardino was a player sent out at the end of spring training because he had an option left. No longer the case this year. Next delivery, right in there. Fastball, a called strike. And it's 1-2. With Rick Ankiel on the disabled list, Bernardino opens in center field. Dempster feet are spread on the rubber, into the line, and the pitch. On the inside corner, strike 3 call. Sneaks one inside there on him. Second strikeout for Dempster. Bernardino didn't think it was a strike.
That may have been a high splitter. Splitter is usually a strikeout pitch, and it started above the letters and dropped in about the belt. Normally that's a pitch that you want to bury, start around the knees, so it looks like a fastball and drops out of the strike zone. That's a pitch that usually gets hammered, and you leave a splitter up there.
Here's Wilson Ramos, the catcher and number 8 hitter. Dempster into the wide of the pitch. It is in the dirt, ball 1. Another splitter. Splitter's pretty much his changeup.
Yep.
Goes with the slider and the fastball. 1-0 offer. Swinging a dribble up the first base line. This will go foul onto the grass and come to a stop. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Ignite your attitude with Nationals tickets. They start at $10. Go to nationals.com/tickets for more information. Next pitch, swing and a miss. The slider past Ramos and the counts. A ball and 2 strikes. Strasburg is on deck wearing the pullover windbreaker. And the wind still blowing in and strongly at that. The next pitch, Ramos takes. And this one just low. Next pitch swung on a ground ball toward the middle. Catch for the shortstop to his left has it. Strong arm, and the throw to Baker is in time for the out. The Nationals go in order as Ramos grounds to short. Reed Strasburg will lead off in the 3rd. After an inning and a half at Wrigley Field, it's Washington 0, Chicago 0 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
I'm Jim Cook, brewer and founder of Sam Adams, and we brew so many different beers that I don't think I can name them all in 30 seconds. But here goes. Summer Ale, Oktoberfest, Noble Pils, Winter Lager, Old Fezzy with Cranberry Lambic, Holiday Porter, Pale Ale, Cherry Wheat, Blackberry Wheat, Coastal Wheat, Latitude 48, Sam Lake, Boston Ale, Cream Stout, Imperial White, Imperial Stout, Double Bock, Pumpkin Ale, Infinium Chocolate Bock, Dunkel Weizen, Irish Red, Scotch Ale. Don't forget my favorite, Boston Lager. A rich amber color and a head so thick you can float a bottle cap on it. Ah, delicious.
Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Save responsibly.
Your weekend has only 48 hours. Why spend half of it stuck in traffic? Steal away to Gaylord National Resort in National Harbor, Maryland. For a romantic escape or a fun-filled family trip, Gaylord National is the perfect destination. With a luxury spa, delicious restaurants, pool, video arcade, and the official sports bar of the Washington Nationals, your stay is sure to be a home run. Sign up at GaylordNational.com and like them on Facebook for special offers. Getaways from $169 a night when you call 301-965-4000 and mention Nat's Fun.
Comes to food, I'm all about organic, but buying it is sort of expensive. So to save money, I started, pillaging my neighbor's garden. She's super into the organic thing. Just delicious vegetables the way nature intended.
That's tasty.
Steve, get out of my garden.
No, it's all right, Diane. I'm just doing one of those easier ways to save commercials. For Geico.
I don't care what you're doing. I want you out of my garden.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Nationals 5-game flex plans. Pick 4 games, get a 5th free. Go to nationals.com/flex for tickets. Take the Nationals with you all season long. You can subscribe to MLB.TV today to see every Nationals out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Or go for the HD audio. Listen to any broadcast with MLB Game Day audio as part of your package. Visit Nationals.com to order and get more details. MLB.TV and MLB Game Day audio is baseball everywhere. Steven Strasburg just getting his warm-ups completed. Remember, he was in the on-deck circle. He'll lead off in the third. Ian Stewart will lead off here in the bottom of the second against Strasburg, turning 26 years of age today. Getting a new life with the Cubs after falling out of favor, losing playing time with the Rockies last year. And the pitch on the way is outside ball one, regarded as an excellent defensive infielder. Can play first and third. Played in only 48 big league games. Had only 122 at-bats with 19 hits. He had 156. Swinging a squibber up the first base line. Ramos calls off Strasburg and picks it up and fires to LaRoche to complete the out. 2-3, 1 away in the last of the second inning.
This is definitely the coldest game that Strasburg has pitched at the major league level. You probably have to go back to maybe his days in the Mountain West Conference at San Diego State to find a game where he pitched with a game-time temperature of 41.
We were wondering what happened to 49, 51 degrees. Here's a pitch on the way, and a swing by Jeff Baker. A line drive to right, coming in is Worth into a slide, and he makes the catch of the sinking, slicing line drive. Jason Worth to his knees, and then all of his body to the grass to haul in the sinking liner off the bat of Jeff Baker. A tough play. So again, 3 pitches and 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning.
And Worth plays a very shallow right field, especially with the wind blowing in, and that off the bat appeared to be a base hit, but it hung up just enough for Worth to make the diving catch.
And normal depth, and you can't make that play. It's a little deeper here right now for Marlon Byrd, a former National. Pitch on the way, in there, called strike one. His knees kind of bucked a little bit there.
That was the first
Strasburg threw him a slider.
Yeah, first one. These at-bats have been so short. He hasn't had time to work in the secondary pitches.
Wind by Strasburg, and the fastball pulling the ground outside of third. No play at 96 miles an hour.
This is going to be the first time, Charlie, that he's gone to a third pitch on any hitter, and this is the 7th Cubs batter.
Everybody's put it in play by the second pitch. Bit of a gap in left center for Bird. Strasburg into the wind pitch. Fastball inside. 1-2. 273 in the spring for Bird. 18 of 66. 5 doubles, a homer, 5 RBIs. Last year, limited to 119 games, he had 276. 22 doubles, 2 triples, 9 home runs. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out with the breaking ball, and the inning is over. First Bird season cut short last year due to getting hit in the face by Alfredo Aceves. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for a strikeout for Strasburg at the end of 2. Washington nothing, Chicago nothing on the National Baseball Network.
For splurging on the good seats once in a while. For a day with your son. And for bringing your baseball gloves to the game, just in case. For the Nationals fan. For the dad. For the achiever in you. Whatever your situation, PNC Virtual Wallet can help with a savings engine that helps you save 3 different ways and a mobile app to keep track of it all. Sign up at pncvirtualwallet.com. PNC Bank, the official bank of the Washington Nationals. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
This is a line in the sand. On one side, the comfort and predictability of the past beckons. And on the other, the challenge of the future dares you to step across and into the all-new Lexus GS. To a place where the available Lexus Inform app suite can connect you to the world like no automobile ever has. Where an entirely new platform, Drive Mode Select, and the available Lexus Dynamic Handling System can help you charge through corners with authority. Where an unrestrained vision can create a bold new presence. So, Make your choice. But test drive with caution, because once a sports fan this extraordinary has raised your standards, there's no going back. The all-new 2013 Lexus GS. See your Washington area Lexus dealer.
Obey traffic regulations and maintain awareness of road conditions. Data charges may apply. Apps and services vary by phone and carrier. See lexus.com/nform for more information. Versus competitor automobiles.
For business or baseball? The National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
No score, top of the third here in Chicago. On the play-by-play now with Dave Jagler.
And Steven Strasburg at the plate, swings and hits a sharp ground ball to short. Starlin Castro down to a knee, straightens up, has time, throws low, and Baker digs it out of the dirt with a nice backhanded scoop. Mentioned Castro with the 29 errors tends to have problems with the routine play and made that a much tougher play at the back end, but Baker does the job, and Strasburg is out on one pitch. Each side with one hit. Ian Desmond had the Nationals hit, a bloop single on the first pitch of the season. Danny Espinosa followed with a walk. And while each team has one hit, each team has lost a home run to the wind. A couple of deep drives to center knocked down. Dempster deals to Desmond. And the fastball strike one called. Desmond wearing number 20 on his back this year in honor of Frank Robinson, the first National skipper. Next pitch low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike, who managed Desmond his first time in big league spring training back in 05. The 1-1. Desmond lays off. It's a strike over the outside corner, 1-2. Wind blowing in. And a chilly season opener. Dempster winds and deals and tries to get the inside corner, missed with a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dempster, when he works out of the windup, wiggles his glove back and forth as he's in his windup. And the 2-2 pitch is in the dirt with a slider, 3-2. Earlier in his career was tipping his pitches. So he goes to that wiggle to try to avoid giving away the grip that he has. Doesn't want to show that split grip. Might distract the hitter, waving that glove back and forth. Now the 3-2. Swinging a chopper foul toward the third base dugout. And Desmond still alive. Ian anointed the leadoff hitter in day 1 of spring training. He led off at the end of last year. After beginning last season in the leadoff spot, later dropped down to the bottom of the order when he struggled. But a strong finish. 3-2 pitch, grounded to third. Stewart backhands it, drops it, picks it up, and will not make a throw. And so Ian Stewart will pick up the Cubs' first error of the season. The Cubs led the National League in errors last year. And Stewart with a miscue gives the Nationals a base runner with 1 out here in the third.
Pretty routine play, and they're talking in the press dining room how it was expected that Stewart would be a defensive upgrade at third base. Ramos Ramirez, big bat, leaving to sign as a free agent with the Brewers, had been a mainstay over there. Big part of their ball club for the past 6-7 years.
Here's Danny Espinosa, throw to first. Desmond back standing. Yeah, Ramirez had been the opening day starter every year going back to 2004. I saw a note, they didn't realize the last Cub, other than Ramirez, to be an opening day starter at third was Mark Bellhorn in 2003. There's a trivia question to impress your friends. Fastball to Espinosa is high. 1-0. Espinosa drew a walk in the first inning. The Nationals had a great chance to score in the top of the first. They had second and third, 1 out. But Dempster got out of it, striking out Adam LaRoche, and he retired Jason Worth on a fly to right. The set at the belt. Long pause. Now the pitch. Outside with a fastball, 2-0. Desmond had 25 steals a year ago to lead the Nationals. Dempster allowed 17 stolen bases in 27 tries. Giovanni Soto, the catcher, gunned down 30 last year at a 26% caught stealing rate. Now the 2-0. Just low, 3 balls, no strikes. So Espinosa very close to another walk.
The errors for Soto were a problem with his throwing. He had 13 errors. Most of them were throwing errors last year.
That's a lot for a catcher. Second baseman toward the hole. Shortstop shaded toward the middle as Espinosa takes ball 4 upstairs. So Espinosa has drawn 2 walks in this one. And the Nationals, for the second time in the game, have 2 men on against Dempster. This time it comes with 1 out. And a scoreless game in the top of the third. Wrigley Field is jam-packed for the opener. Fans, though, are huddled right now. Their sweatshirts and their coats, some under the blankets. Probably the best place to be is in the bleachers, because at least you're in the sun out there. The fans behind home plate, up the baselines and in the upper decks, are in the shade. Here's the pitch to Zimmerman. Slider is at the knees for a called strike.
And, you know, if you're out there in the sun in center field above the batter's eye, just below the hand-operated scoreboard. The wind's blowing from the lake behind you, so that scoreboard would cut the wind for you.
So that's the place to be, you're telling me.
I think so.
It's blowing right into our faces.
Yep.
0-1 on Zimmerman. Here's the pitch. Fastball away. Zim hit one a ton in the first inning. Would have been a home run, but the wind knocked it down. And Bird made the catch in deep center. You might be able to get one out of here down the lines. Maybe to the gaps. 368 in left and right center. Very favorable for the hitter, but straightaway center, fly balls will go to die today. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul down the first base side into the seats, 1-2. New feature here at Wrigley Field. They have a new LED board in the right field corner. They took out a section of bleachers, put in that new board above the ivy wall and the wire basket, and they have basically a kind of a patio area out there. 3 rows of patio seats. The 1-2 pitch from Dempster. Slider just missed low. And it's 2-2. So they reduced the capacity slightly.
41,009 now here.
But those patio seats are kind of along the lines of the Green Monster seats at Fenway, in that you've got the counters in front of you.
Kind of like the red porch at Nationals Park, left center field there.
Runners lead second and first. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up down the right field line. De Jesus moving over, the wind pushing it toward the seats, and it'll end up out of play. Very little foul ground as you get deeper into the corner. The most foul ground in the outfield there is where the bullpen mounds are, and then the foul territory is down to next to nothing as right fielders take their lives in their hands when they go into the corner there. There's no way to stop.
And padding's not enough to really do much help.
Desmond at second, reached on an error. Espinosa at first, reached on a walk, one away. And Zimmerman with a 2-2 count. Soto went out for a word. And now Dempster ready. He fires and misses with a splitter in the dirt, blocked by Soto nicely. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Dempster to the rosin bag. Nationals with a chance to jump on top. Finally had a run scored around baseball today. The Mets have gone in front of the Braves 1-0. You had 3 games in the 6th inning or later that were all scoreless until a moment ago. Dempster with the pause. And will fire to second. Low. Desmond dives back in. Barney knocks down the throw. And Desmond will ask for time.
David Wright singling in Andres Torres, the new Mets center fielder, with their run in the 6th inning.
Encouraging performance from Johan Santana. 6 shutout innings thus far. He'll face the Nationals next week. Now ready, the runners go. The 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4. And Desmond can stop at third and Espinosa at second. Ryan Zimmerman draws a walk, back-to-back walks. They're loaded up for Adam LaRoche as we pause for station identification on the Nationals Radio Network.
WJFK-FM and WJFK-FM HD1 Manassas, Washington, and WIAB HD3 Bethesda. Sports Radio 106.7, The Fan.
Dave Jagler, Charlie Slows from Wrigley Field with our engineer, the jack of all things, Jack Hicks, and Adam Gracia back in the studio. Happy New Year, as we say around this sport, opening day. And the Nationals and Cubs are scoreless with the bases loaded for Adam LaRoche, 1 out. Dempster sets and deals, and a swing and a miss and a slider. LaRoche had an RBI chance in the first inning, but struck out on a splitter with runners at second and third and 1 out. Infield back, hoping to turn 2. They shift LaRoche to pull in the infield with Castro shaded well toward the middle, Stewart way off the line. So LaRoche wants to get one elevated to get it in the outfield. The 1-strike pitch on the way. Swing and a foul tip into the Mets, strike 2. I want to correct one thing. The Mets are keeping a close rein on Johan Santana with the pitch count. He actually pitched the first 5 innings and was taken out. So 5 shutout for the Mets opening day starter.
Ramon Ramirez came with Torres in that trade from the Giants. Came in and threw a score to 6th inning.
The 0-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out on a splitter down and away. So Adam LaRoche has fanned twice with a chance to bring in a runner from third in less than 2 outs. That's the 3rd strikeout for Dempster. And LaRoche went flailing at a pitch well off the plate away.
Brave starter Tommy Hanson also out of that game now after 5 shutout innings. Chris Medlin came on in the 6th inning.
So here's Jason Worth. Worth flied out to right field in the first inning. He bats with the bases full of Nationals here in the 3rd. From the stretch, the pitch. At the knees with a fastball, 0-1. The Nationals are trying to win on opening day for just the 2nd time. Their only opening day win came on opening night at Nationals Park 2008. The 0-1 from Dempster. Fastball just missed, maybe high, very close, 1-1.
This is the anniversary of the Nationals' first ever game, April the 5th, 2005. They lost to Philadelphia 8-4.
The Nationals are 0-3 in road season openers.
That was the first one.
Yep. Cubs have not won a regular season home opener since 1996. The 1-1 pitch lifted in the air to right center field, well hit, but the wind knocking it down as DeJesus is back onto the warning track. He's got it in front of the 368 mark. The Nationals leave the bases loaded, an error, 2 walks, and after 2.5, no score. Nationals and Cubs on the Nationals Radio Network.
Say that achieving a perfect game begins with spring training. We say achieving your perfect golf game begins this spring where the pros play. Host of the LPGA Tour's Kings Mill Championship, Kings Mill Resort offers an unforgettable golf experience, boasting 3 championship courses designed by legendary designers like Arnold Palmer and Curtis Strange. Whether it's fine-tuning your swing at one of the top 25 golf academies in the country or working out your kinks on the course, Kings Mill is the perfect destination for your spring training. Visit kingsmill.com to book your golf getaway.
Planning to move your home or office? At JK Moving Services, they're experts in local, long-distance, and international moving, and have ample secure storage space for both residential and commercial customers. Contact JK today at 800-673-8487 to schedule a free estimate or visit jkmoving.com. JK Moving Services is proud to be the official mover of the Washington Nationals. So plan your next move with JK Moving Services because they listen to what matters most to you.
At Exxon and Mobil locations, you can save 15 cents per gallon for 60 days when you use your SpeedPass device for fuel purchases at participating locations. Just register your SpeedPass device at speedpass.com by May 31st, 2012 to start saving. That's right, save 15 cents per gallon just by using your SpeedPass device. Visit speedpass.com today. Excludes business and fleet card accounts. Rebates will be posted to the credit or check card linked to SpeedPass. Maximum 100 gallons per account eligible for rebate. Offer valid for only 1 account per person. Allow 90 days to receive rebates.
Make it home safe with the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, ensuring 70,000 safe flights every day. NATCA works for you. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Last of the 3rd inning, regular season opener at Wrigley Field, no score. And Steven Strasburg, who's thrown 14 pitches in 2 innings, will face Giovanni Soto, the Cubs catcher and number 8 batter. The wind of the delivery. Soto up there from the right side takes a fastball at 96 for a called strike. Soto's average tumbled to 228 last year, still with good power. 17 homers, 54 RBIs for the former Rookie of the Year, who lifts one in the air to the left side of the infield. Desmond backing up onto the outfield grass, shading his eyes, now takes a step in, and he's got it for out number 1. The only Cubs hit against Strasburg was a seemingly harmless pop-up to the pitcher's mound that Strasburg let drop, thinking someone else was going to catch it. Mark your calendar, June the 2nd, 4:05. It's the Nationals and the Braves, and a free postgame concert by Dierks Bentley. Tickets start at $10. Go to nationals.com/concerts. That's a free postgame concert with your game ticket. Here's the pitcher, Ryan Dempster, right-handed batter, and Strasburg's fastball is a called strike. Dempster hit .086 last year, 5 out of 58. The outfield is very shallow. In his career, he's an .099 hitter. The next one is too high. 1-1. Strasburg with 1 strikeout. The 1-1 is just low, and this is the first 2-ball count for Strasburg today. The wind and the pitch. At the knees with a fastball. It's 2-2. David DeJesus on deck as Strasburg winds and offers. And a swing and a broken back comebacker. The bat near Strasburg, so's the ball. Stevens got the ball and underhands it to LaRoche. Ball and bat almost ended up the same distance away from home plate as Dempster got completely sawed off. Strasburg had one of those in the spring that was a bit closer with the broken end of the bat that he handled adroitly. That one, fortunately, the bat got there ahead of the ball. And he dodged the bat and got the ball.
Yeah, this one you're fortunate that neither was coming at you with a lot of speed. The ball was a dribbler and the bat wasn't moving very quickly. So normally you're trying to react to one or the other. It's hard to react to both.
David DeJesus with a shot through the middle and a base hit under the glove of Strasburg. So that's really the first legitimate hit for the Cubs. And DeJesus with his 3rd career hit against Strasburg in 5 at-bats. One after the first pitch fastball. No score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. DeJesus not much of a running threat. 4 steals last year.
Cubs were next to last in the National League. 69 steals. They don't figure to be much of a running team at all this year either.
Here's Darwin Barney. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt. Throw down to first. And DeJesus back with a dive. 1-0 on Barney. And you wonder why a guy like DeJesus, who doesn't have a lot of speed, is leading off. Well, he's one guy who will actually work a count and draw a walk. The Cubs don't have a lot of guys like that. Barney's an ideal number 2 hitter. He handles the bat well, but he doesn't walk a lot. And they like Starlin Castro to say, hey, he's our best hitter. He's going to hit third.
So they got to pick somebody to bat first.
Yeah. The 1-0 pitch is inside. First time in the ball game that Strasburg's behind 2-0.
A lot of teams have that issue. Who's going to lead off?
No score, home half of the third inning. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a foul off the mid of Ramos. It rolls behind the plate, 2-1.
When I was growing up, lots of guys wanted to lead off. I want to bat first. Get up there the most times.
Right, and obviously you'd love to have a fast guy on leading off, but you want a guy who can get on base. A fast guy who can't get on doesn't do you any good.
Probably gets on, though.
Strasburg deals, and a swing and a slow ground ball to third. Zimmerman has it the short way to second for the forced play on to Jesus, and the inning over. No runs, a hit, one left. We're through three in the season opener. The Nationals and Cubs scoreless on the Nationals radio.
Like a tidy house.
But using a maid service was getting expensive.
So, to save some money, we made him pajamas out of Swiffer pads.
Yeah, we figured the little guys on the floor all day might as well be cleaning up the hardwoods, too.
Exactly.
I mean, just look at that shine.
It's brilliant. He's too young to remember this, right?
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Miller Time. Don't check your wrist or follow up with your supervisor, because Miller Time has nothing to do with when and everything to do with who.
What's up, Tommy?
Miller Lite is brewed for the guys you're proud to call your brothers, who'll always talk you out of getting that faux hawk and never talk during your backswing. And when you've got your brothers and the light beer that tastes like a beer should, it's not just a good time, it's Miller Time.
Great beer and great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Michael Morse, outfielder, Washington Nationals. When I step in the box, I know that I'm better than him. I know that I already have him beat. And if he throws it where I want it, then I'm going to do some damage. He throws the ball, and I just unleash the beast.
Opening night, Friday, April 13th, the National Reds at 7:05. The first 15,000 fans receive an Attitude T-shirt presented by 106.7 The Fan. Go to nationals.com/tickets.
Boys of Summer are back and they're ready to play ball. Their newest slugger, Papa John's, is at bat with a 50% off deal for all Nationals baseball fans. If the Nationals win and score 5 or more runs, you get 50% off your entire Papa John's bench order the next day. Enter promo code NATS50 and hit a home run with your family.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Mark DeRosa leads off the top of the fourth with no score, facing his former Cubs teammate Ryan Dempster. DeRosa dribbles one off the end of the bat up the first base side. An easy play for Dempster to the first base side of the mound. He flips on to Baker for a quick out number one. The Nationals had a hit on the first pitch of the season. They've yet to have a second hit. But they've had base runners on walks and errors and have left 5. They've had 2 great chances to score, but Dempster has wiggled out of trouble. Here's Roger Bernardina on an opening day roster for the first time. This is 5th season in a row in the big leagues. Pitch in for a strike. Bernardina struck out looking in the second inning. Bernardina now 27 years of age. And the line of the pitch. Swinging a bouncer foul behind the plate. Strike 2. And condolences to Roger and his family. Bernardina's father passing away a little over a week ago. He left the team in the late stages of spring training. Dempster's 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Bernardina fans for the second time. 4 strikeouts for Dempster. 2 down. Here in a scoreless game in the fourth. Now Wilson Ramos, the catcher and number 8 hitter. He was the Nationals' primary catcher last season with 106 starting assignments, but he was not the opening day catcher. Pudge Rodriguez had that honor. Ramos takes a fastball right in there. Ramos grounded out to short in the second. The line to the 0-1. That one over the outside corner with a fastball, and it's 0-2. Dempster looking for a quick inning after having to work, throwing 25 pitches in the third. Here comes the 0-2 to Ramos. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a fastball away. A quick 1-2-3 inning. 7 pitches, 7 strikes, a couple of strikeouts, and a comebacker. And we're through 3.5 at Wrigley Field. Nationals and Cubs, no score on the Nationals Radio Network.
The Home Depot has made a special buy on Ortho Home Defense Max Insect Killer, now just $6.88. That's a gallon of the tough stuff to last you a full year. and even more spring per dollar. Use it inside and out to create a guaranteed bug barrier for your entire house. Make it your home, not theirs. Thanks to Ortho Home Defense Max for just $688. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. Only. See store for details.
9.9% of the Grainger products you order are shipped the same day. And 99% of our customers think that's great. But if you're part of the 1% minority that thinks this is too fast, here's some ways you can slow us down. Talk slower on the phone, or in a language only you understand. Have your order shipped to a houseboat, then move the houseboat. Or my personal favorite, order a trillion of something. For super fast access to Grainger's over 900,000 products, call clickgrainger.com or stop by a branch today. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With AT&T, you can track every unforgettable sports moment almost as it happens. And that means the whole where were you when conversation is kind of changed.
Where was I the moment they won the championship? The bathroom. It was awesome. Where was I? I think we were at a wedding.
Whose wedding?
I can tell by your voice it was our wedding. It was our wedding. Right?
You have the speed to get scores, stats, and highlights fast with AT&T. Rethink possible.
Visit att.com or store for details.
Calling for business or baseball? The National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Well, the Nationals will open their home schedule a week from today. You can be a part of the goings-on at Nationals Park by igniting your Natitude with a 5-game flex plan. Pick 4 games on the schedule, and you get a 5th game free. Plans start at just $60. Go to nationals.com/flex for tickets. Some restrictions apply. No runs, 2 hits, an error for the Cubs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Nationals. Starlin Castro leads off the Cubs half of the 4th inning against Steven Strasburg. Castro hit a pop-up to the pitcher's mound that Strasburg let drop for a hit. Breaking ball. Castro ducked underneath it. It was over the plate, but high for ball 1. Steven pointed at it and got out of dodge. Neither Adam LaRoche nor Ryan Zimmerman could get close enough to catch it, so it was a gift of a hit. Next one, breaking ball, swing and a miss, 1-1. Castro hits out of a crouch from the right side. Dynamic young shortstop. Takes the next one over the outside corner. Strike 2 called. That one up to 98. The swiftest pitch of the afternoon for Strasburg. It's been right around 95, 96 with a fastball. Now the 1-2. Swinging a broken bat, line drive to short. One hopper to Desmond, backing up on it. He sets it, he throws low. LaRoche digs it out. He got him. Adam LaRoche with a nifty glove work. Bailing out Desmond with a low throw for out number 1. That was kind of an in-between scoop, not an easy pickup. LaRoche kind of makes it look easy, though.
And Desmond decided to stay back on the ball, and he was backing up, took it waist high on the outfield grass, and then never really got all of his weight into the throw. He's kind of flat-footed through all arm and no body. LaRoche makes those pickups look easy.
Here's Soriano swinging a hard ground ball up the middle, under the glove of the diving Desmond, a base hit. Soriano with the Cubs' 3rd hit. Soriano, like Ryan Zimmerman, lost a home run in the 1st inning. The wind knocked it down. And here he delivers a ground ball, base hit. Soriano, no longer the running threat that he was with the Nationals, and that's an understatement when he was that 40-40 contributor in 2006. Last year he stole 2, and the year before that 5. So he's kind of running by accident now.
In honor of his good friend and former teammate Nick Johnson, who made the Orioles this week. That 40-40 year when Nick Johnson's got his 10th stolen base.
Here's Ian Stewart taking a ball low.
And he went up to Nick and said, "Congratulations. 40-40 for me, 10-10 for you."
Last year he had 26-2. Stewart hit a dribbler that was handled by Ramos, the catcher, for the out in the 2nd inning. 1 on and 1 out here in the 4th. The set and the pitch. Swinging another dribbler out in front of the plate. Ramos has it. He'll throw to second, and he throws it away into center field. Backed up by Bernardina. Soriano will hold. So all hands safe. Ramos took a chance. He had a sure out at first. He tried to get a Soriano. It would have been a close play on a good throw. And so he scored a fielder's choice. And they're not going to give him an error. I guess ruling that Soriano would have been safe with a good throw. And it certainly would have been a close play. That's one where Ramos would have been better served to get the out at first.
He didn't have much of a play at second.
So the Cubs get an extra out here with 2 on and 1 out. Jeff Baker, the batter. And the pitch. Breaking ball outside. First time Strasburg has had to deal with a runner in scoring position and multiple men on base. Both of the Cubs' hits have been 2-out singles. Now he's got 2 on with 1 out. And Baker hit one sharply in the 2nd inning, and Worth made a diving catch in right. Fastball inside low, 2-0. Baker with an open stance. The 2-0 on the way. Swinging a ground ball foul wide of third. Baker out of Garfield High School in Woodbridge in the Commonwealth. Resides in Dumfries, Virginia in the off-season. Told me went to a bunch of Caps games this winter and a few Wizards games, so he is around the nation's capital in his off-seasons. Soriano takes off for third. The pitch is a ball. The throw by Ramos. Zimmerman the tag, and he's out. Zimmerman dug out a low throw from Ramos and applied the tag on Soriano, who tried to steal third. Stewart never left first. And that's a heck of a play by Zimmerman to catch the low throw with the glove coming up and then get the tag back down on Soriano.
Well, Soriano thinking of Strasburg not even looking at him, that he could get the good jump, but maybe not the jump he used to get. Ryan Zimmerman, a whole lot of dirt in the glove with the ball as he put the tag on Soriano.
Now the 3-1 fouled back into the screen. That's a huge play. There's now 2 outs, a runner at first.
Well, you gave them out. They gave you back.
So you're right back where you should be. Although even better, if you got the out at first, with a runner at second with 2 outs. Now a runner at first, although Stewart will be off with the pitch. LaRoche not holding. There goes the runner. The 3-2 is low. He threw him a 3-2 changeup, and that's Strasburg's first walk. Walks are rare for Steven. He only walked 2 in his 5 starts last year, and Baker is a tough guy to walk. Baker only walked 10 times last year. So now 2 on with 2 outs. Stewart at second, representing the go-ahead run. As Marlon Byrd, the hitter, the only strikeout victim to this point for Strasburg. The right-hander fires. A swing and a fly ball slicing foul out of play to the right. Three hits for Chicago. 1 for the Nationals. Outfield straight away. Strasburg ready. Here it is. Breaking ball, swinging a line drive pulled to left. That's going to drop in for a hit toward the line. The Cubs are going to take the lead. Here comes Stewart rounding third, and he'll score. An RBI bloop single for Marlon Byrd, and the Cubs lead 1-0 here in the 4th. Baker stopping at second as Strasburg touched for his first run of the season. Little dunker into left field toward the line off the end of the bat.
Yeah, that was a slider, and that one kind of left over the plate. Byrd didn't take a big swing at it. He got the barrel head out in front on it, was able to pull it towards the line. Enough so that the run could score.
Giovanni Soto fouls the first pitch back and out of play.
DeRosa took a look, but it would not have been a good gamble from where he was to make that throw to the plate.
No balls and a strike. Next pitch. In on the hands for ball 1, 1-1. Cubs cash in on their first scoring chance. Nationals have let 2 great chances go by, with twice having 2 men in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball is just low. Actually, that was a changeup, beg your pardon. 88. Looked pretty good. Now the 2-1. Swinging a line drive at third, caught by Zimmerman reaching up. So hit that one sharply. Much more sharply with the ball hit by Byrd for the RBI hit. Cubs get on the board. A run on 2 hits with a walk. A runner thrown out trying to steal in the inning. 2 men left on. We go to the 5th. 1-0 Chicago on the Nationals Radio Network.
Advance your education, advance your career. The National University Online Information Center is now open in Quantico Town and is ready to help you get to where you want to be. Take a self-guided tour of online courses and speak with an advisor to find the degree that is right for you. With a 1 course per month format, you'll have the flexibility you need to fit your degree into your busy life. Only at the National University Online Information Center in Quantico Town. Visit degrees.nu.edu/Quantico for more information.
The boys of summer are back and they're ready to play ball. Their newest slugger, Papa John's, is at bat with a 50% off deal for all Nationals baseball fans. When the Nats win and score 5 or more runs, you get 50% off your entire Papa John's menu order the next day. Enter promo code NATS50 and hit a home run with your family. The boys of summer are ready to play, and Papa John's is hitting one out of the park. 50% off menu prices the day after the Nationals win and score 5 or more runs. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Play ball.
My journey to help save people money on car insurance. People have been really surprised to learn that Geico can also help with renter's insurance. They're even more surprised when I tell them it costs as little as $12 a month. But perhaps what's most surprising is that I still live with my mum. Yeah, I know, I really should start thinking about renting my own place. But then I'd have to get my own tea kettle, sofa, shower curtain, soap dish.
Visit Geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Get your Nationals single game tickets now, starting at just $10. Go to nationals.com/tickets.
Nationals have managed just one hit through 4 innings against Ryan Dempster, and they trail Chicago 1-0. Steven Strasburg will lead off the top of the 5th, and back in with the play-by-play. Here's Charlie Slows.
Thank you, Dave. Strasburg's only time up. Hit a bouncer to short. So the Cubs are run on 4 hits and an error that did not harm them. As Strasburg looks at a first pitch fastball, it's in there for a strike. He can hit it a long way if he gets a hold of one and swings and pops it up. This one is shallow right. DeJesus coming in with the glasses on, looking up into the sun, makes the catch. Moving toward the line, Strasburg has popped up, and there's one away. 6 in a row set down by Dempster since back-to-back walks to Espinoza, and Zimmerman loaded the bases in the 3rd. So here is Desmond, who is single to right of the first pitch of the year. And then he reached on the error by the 3rd baseman with a ball dropped by Stewart. First pitch is low ball 1, so 1 for 2 for Desmond. The wind, and Dempster delivers, and the pitch is taken. In there, a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The right-hander rocks, kicks, delivers, and a swing and a foul ball. Got that one deflected off the shin guards of the home plate umpire, Dana Dubuque. On the scoreboard of the National League, the Braves and Mets are now through 7 at Citi Field, with the Mets leading 1-0. A 6th inning RBI hit for David Wright, scoring Andres Torres with the only run. Pitch to Desmond, swung on, popped up, playable, possibly over toward the stands, and the top roller. Comes Baker, the first baseman. It's out of play. When it first was hit, looked like it might stay on the field, but there's not a lot of room in foul ground.
And the wind, while blowing in, has shifted a bit so that it's blowing toward that first base line. And the wind just pushed it further and further out of play.
Now Dempster into the wind, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Desmond strikes out. The ball dropped by Soto. But Desmond didn't know it, didn't run, is tagged out to complete the strikeout. And that's number 6 for Dempster, who's been the more dominating pitcher so far here this afternoon. Yohan Santana had 5 2-hit shutout innings today for the Mets, throwing 84 pitches. He fanned 5. Juan Ramirez and Tim Burdick have covered the next 2 scorers. And Wright's RBI hit standing up now as they go to the 8th. The Mets lead the Braves 1-0. Pitch on the way to Espinoza, and Danny takes a fastball inside. Into the plate twice, and both times has drawn a base on balls. Only 1 run on the board in Pittsburgh. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Phillies lead the Pirates 1-0. Here's a pitch at the knees, a called strike. Fastball from Dempster. Boy, Halladay pitching for the Phillies. 19-game winner last year. And still in there through 7 2/3. He's allowed 2 hits. Swinging a ground ball hit wide of first. Baker backhands. Now he'll flip to the pitcher. Dempster on the move to cover the bag for the putout that ends the inning. 3-1 if you're scoring, and the Nationals out in order in the top of the 5th inning. Middle of the 5th in Chicago. The Cubs 1 and the Nationals nothing on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Say that achieving a perfect game begins with spring training. We say achieving your perfect golf game begins this spring, where the pros play. Host of the LPGA Tour's Kings Mill Championship, Kings Mill Resort offers an unforgettable golf experience, boasting 3 championship courses designed by legendary designers like Arnold Palmer and Curtis Strange. Whether it's fine-tuning your swing at one of the top 25 golf academies in the country or working out your kinks on the course, Kings Mill is the perfect destination for your spring training. Visit kingsmill.com to book your golf getaway.
I'm Jim Cook, brewer and founder of Sam Adams, and nearly every day I've had a Sam Adams Boston Lager. Nice rich amber color, and a head so thick you can float a bottle cap on it. I taste a sample from every batch, and I still look forward to the taste of the next one. Ah, delicious. Samuel Adams Boston Lager. Cheers.
Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Drink responsibly.
For counting coins with Mommy. For learning to save. For knowing how much a hot dog costs. For the extremely curious. For the achiever in you. The S is for savings account from PNC. It's an interactive online banking experience that helps you and your child set goals for saving, sharing, and spending. It's a fun learning tool for young children, and it's free at pnc.com/S is for savings. PNC Bank, the official bank of the Washington Nationals. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
For business or baseball? The National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Ryan Dempster leading off the bottom of the fifth inning against Steven Strasburg, looking at a fastball in for a strike. Out on a broken bat, comebacker is only time up in the third, and bat shattered again. It rolls up the first base line and goes foul. Dempster on a check swing, and the pitch was in on his hands, and the bat shattered as he checked the swing. That bat almost broke right where his hands are, down at the handle end.
I don't think Dempster's enjoying these at-bats.
No. That looked painful, didn't it? Dempster taking his time. Strasburg standing behind the rubber. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the wind of the pitch, and a swing. He got a piece and fouled it back behind the plate. And it's still no balls and 2 strikes. Now on the top of the ninth in Philadelphia, or in Pittsburgh, I should say. Phillies leading the Pirates 1-0. Swing and a miss. Dempster down on strikes on the off speed, and so Steven Strasburg just his second strikeout. 1 away in the bottom of the fifth inning. Carlos Ruiz, 7th inning sac fly. The only run of that game came off Eric Bedard, who pitched 7, allowed 6 hits. Reesop and Cruz, that's 1 Cruz in relief. Halladay, well, 8 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He's still in the game. Here's the wind, and Strasburg delivers. And pitch in there called strike to De Jesus. Looking at a slider. And about the belt. Boy, Halladay got knocked around a few times in the spring, cause for concern. He said, hey, I'm 35. It takes me a little longer to gear it up.
I think he'll be fine, huh?
Might throw a complete game today. Here's a swing and a shot foul outside at first. He did that last year, right? Maybe the last year or the year before, he threw a complete game on opening day. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him.
Yeah, he doesn't like to come out.
No. Comes out when the game's over. Miami at Cincinnati in about a half an hour. Mark Burley makes his Marlins debut against Johnny Cueto. And the Dodgers and Padres tonight. Pitch from Strasburg to De Jesus is a fastball high at 96 miles an hour on the NACA radar gun. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers tonight. The 21-game winner last year against former Red Edinson Volquez starts for the Padres. That opener in San Diego. Swing and a foul back pitch in tight on De Jesus, fought it off. In the American League, they are in the bottom of the 8th inning and only 1 run on the board in that game. Detroit leading the Red Sox 1-0. Alex Avila with a 7th inning RBI double, scoring Johnny Peralta. Off of John Lester, went 7, allowed a run on 6 hits. Struck out 4, walked 3. Vicente Padilla on a relief. The wind of the pitch, swing and a foul ball down the left field line out of play. De Jesus is battling Strasburg. And right now on the mound for Detroit, he's allowed just 2 hits in throwing shutout ball. Last year's Geico Major League leader in just about everything, including 24 wins for Justin Verlander, 24-5. Cy Young Award winner, American League MVP. And the pitch, fastball low and atop the Geico League leaderboard and wins. League leaders brought to you throughout the day and the season by Geico. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on your car insurance. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield, the upwards and way, and center and left the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And change speeds on him. A 90-mile-an-hour changeup. De Jesus out in front. Fans. 2 strikeouts in a row and 3 in the game for Strasburg. Season opener at Progressive Field in Cleveland. And the Indians on the board with a run at the bottom of the 2nd inning. An RBI ground out for Casey Kochman. And lead the Blue Jays 1-0. Ricky Romero was a 15-game winner for Toronto last year. And the fastball inside to Darwin Barney, ball 1. Justin Masterson was 12-10 as pitching for the Indians. Only 2 games on the American League schedule. The wind of the pitch, swing and a foul ball right side out of play. Season opener in Arlington tomorrow afternoon, the White Sox and the Rangers. The Twins and the Orioles at Camden Yards. 20th anniversary of Camden Yards. Rick Sutcliffe will throw the ceremonial first pitch to Chris Hoyles. Swing and a foul ball right side and out of play into the 2nd level. of a local Baltimorean here today. The Cubs backup catcher, rookie Steve Clevenger. Born in Baltimore, went to Mount St. Joe's High School, lives in Glen Burnie. Here's a shot toward the middle, and Des been able to make the play, and that's going to do it. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. So Barney is out. So 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts for Strasburg. And so at the end of 5 at Wrigley Field, our score, it's Chicago 1 and Washington nothing on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Miami, 1959. Ike Evans built a resort where the wealthy came to play.
He built a palace. Now it's time to be king.
He made it the hottest spot in the country. But when business costs this much...
Do we occasionally bend the letter of the law? Absolutely.
Everyone pays a price.
And I have. I want the rest.
No.
What did you say?
The Miramar.
We are talking about my survival, my family.
The beautiful life is about to get ugly.
We killed the wrong girl last night. Oh my God, we extra bullets.
Magic City premieres Friday, April 6th at 10 Eastern and Pacific on Stars. Now, experience the magnificence of Magic City with the classic Cadillac sweepstakes. Imagine tail fins, white wall tires, and shiny chrome. Go to MagicCitySweeps.STARZ.com to see this dream car and enter for a chance to win. No purchase necessary. Ends June 4th, 2012. For official rules, visit MagicCitySweeps.STARZ.com.
With AT&T, you can track every unforgettable sports moment almost as it happens. And that means the whole where were you when conversation is kind of changed.
Where was I the moment they won the championship? The bathroom. It was awesome.
Where was I? I think we were at a wedding.
Whose wedding?
I can tell by your voice. It was our wedding. It was our wedding.
You have the speed to get scores, stats, and highlights fast with AT&T. Rethink possible.
Visit att.com or store for details.
Make it home safe with the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, ensuring 70,000 safe flights every day. NATCA works for you. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
6th inning, here's Dave Jagler.
And a swing and a fly ball deep to left. The wind is knocking it down, and Soriano makes the catch on the warning track. Wow. When that ball was hit, it looked like it was going to be on Waveland Avenue. And Soriano makes the catch in the middle of the warning track in the left field corner. Zimmerman has been denied 2 home runs today by the Wrigley Field wind. That ball was hit a ton. How did it not get out?
I wonder if Soriano's running on the warning track, that whether he sees the ball is beyond the fence and sees it coming back. He actually was coming in across on the warning track and toward the corner as he called it.
So 1 pitch and 1 out. And Adam LaRoche the batter. The Cubs go into the overshift. 3 men on the right side of the infield, and Adam takes a strike. LaRoche has been a pivotal hitter in the Nationals lineup. He came up 2nd and 3rd, 1 out in the 1st inning and struck out. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 3rd inning and fanned. Fastball away, 1-1. Brian Zimmerman's been denied 2 home runs by the wind, howling in, and a little bit across toward the first base line, which knocked Zimmerman's ball down even more. Dempster's next delivery. Slider, a called strike at the knees, 1-2. Tom Gorzolani is throwing in the Nationals bullpen. Davey Johnson had said he'd like to get 5 innings from Steven Strasburg. 5 innings is only 60 pitches. Strasburg has been very economical. He's pitched well. The 1-2 is low.
The other thing is he may be getting a pitcher ready in case they get down to the bottom of the order and are still trailing in the game. A lot of pitchers would be protected under conditions like this today.
2 balls, 2 strikes on LaRoche, 1 out, 1-0 Chicago here in the 6th. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. LaRoche fans on a fastball, fanning for the 3rd time. 7 strikeouts for Dempster, 2 away. What's it going to take for the Nationals to score a run? They hit 2 balls that should have been gone that aren't, and the chances they've had to score unable to come through. And here's Jason Worth. Worth hit a ball very well with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the 3rd inning. The wind knocked it down. David DeJesus caught it on the warning track. He's flied out twice to right. And the wind of the pitch. Slider at the knees for a strike. 10 in a row retired by Dempster. But that is how this park plays at this time of year. Next one, called strike with another slider. It's 0-2. You know, if you come here in April and May, the wind is probably going to be blowing in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out on a slider away. So with a little help from the wind and then a couple of strikeouts, Dempster works a 1-2-3 top of the 6th. We're through 5.5. It's 1-0 Chicago on the Nationals Radio Network.
You know the day destroys the night.
America's favorite pastimes include baseball, apple pie, and boardwalk fries. Visit the Boardwalk Fries stands at Nationals Park for that famous boardwalk taste. Join them before and after the game at one of their Virginia Boardwalk Fresh Burgers and Fries restaurants. At the festival at Manchester Lakes Alexandria, West Springfield Center Springfield, University Village at ODU in Norfolk, and coming soon to Hilltop Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. Enjoy fresh hand-formed burgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, veggie burgers, and other menu items, including their famous Boardwalk Fries. Learn more online at boardwalkfreshburgersandfries.com.
Now at Exxon and Mobil locations, you can save 15 cents per gallon for 60 days when you use your Speed Pass device for fuel purchases at participating locations. Just register your Speed Pass device at speedpass.com by May 31st, 2012 to start saving. That's right, save 15 cents per gallon just by using your Speed Pass device. Visit speedpass.com today. Excludes business and fleet card accounts. Rebates will be posted to the credit or check card linked to Speed Pass. Maximum 100 gallons per account eligible for rebate. Offer valid for only one account per person. Allow 90 days to receive rebates.
Ryan Zimmerman, third baseman, Washington Nationals. It's one of those pressures that you either like or you don't like. It makes me rise to the occasion. I don't ever feel pressure. I just play baseball, I think. If you don't want to be that guy, then probably in the wrong line of business.
Nationals 5-game flex plans. Pick 4 games, get a 5th free. Go to nationals.com/flex for tickets.
Any size space at Mini U Storage and get 4 Nationals tickets free. Call 888-90-MINI-U or visit miniustorage.com for your free Nationals tickets. That's 888-90-MINI-U or mini-the-letter-U storage.com and store with the pros.
It'll be Castro, Soriano, and Stewart, 3-4-5 against Steven Strasburg, who remains in the game, trailing 1-0 as the Cubs bat in the last half of the 6th inning. Castro had an infield pop-up that dropped for a hit, and a ground out to short. Feet spread wide. He grounds the first pitch foul past our old friend Pat Listash, now coaching third for the Cubs. He was the last National to wear number 37. He gave it up when Steven Strasburg signed. And he wore number 4, which he wears now. Last year he was the Cubs bench coach under Mike Quaddy, but with Dale Swaim there now, he coaches third. The 0-1. Slider, called strike over the outside corner. Jamie Quirk, former big league catcher, is the new Cubs bench coach. Dave McKay coaches at first. He swapped sides. He was forever and a day Tony La Russa's first base coach. Breaking ball, bounces in front of the plate, ball 1. First at Oakland and then St. Louis.
Yep. 89 to 95 with the A's, 96 through last year with the Cardinals.
I was on the other side of that rivalry.
Yep. So that means he'll get his ring in St. Louis wearing a Cubs uniform.
Next week. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high fastball. Climbed the ladder, and Castro went fishing for it. That's power against power. 23-year-old Strasburg against 22-year-old Castro. And that one, about shin height, had a little extra giddy up. 4th strikeout for Steven. That last one at 98 miles an hour. Here's Alfonso Soriano. Soriano has swung it well today. First pitch on the way. He ducks underneath the breaking ball that drops in for a strike. He absolutely turtled on that one. Soriano hit one that would have been out. Wynn knocked it down in the first inning. And then he blistered a single to center in the 4th inning. Was later thrown out trying to steal third. Swings and hits one in the air to right center field. Worth coming in and over now stops on a dime and makes the catch. He almost overran that ball. But Worth has it, no problem. 2 away. Nationals are home. The opening weekend presented by the Washington Post. Thursday the 12th. 1 week from today at 1:05. The first 20,000 fans receive an opening day cap presented by Geico. Friday the 13th, opening night at 7:05. The first 15,000 fans receive an Attitude T-shirt presented by 106.7 The Fan. And then Saturday the 14th at 4:05. The first 15,000 fans receive a Steven Strasburg bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. Pitch to Ian Stewart is low and away. Sunday, April 15th is a 1:35 game, and it's Jackie Robinson Day. So an exciting series, the Nationals and the Reds. Go to nationals.com/opening. Stewart swings and misses at a changeup, 1-1. Stewart has dribbled 2 balls out in front of the plate. Ramos threw him out in the 2nd inning, tried to get the force play at 2nd in the 4th inning, and threw it away. And it was scored a fielder's choice. Left-handed hitter swings and pops it up foul off 3rd. Ramos and Zimmerman over toward the Cubs dugout, and it's about 3 rows deep, and a big splash. I don't know if somebody tried to catch that in their ice-cold beverage, but there was a big-time splash. That was like at SeaWorld when you're in the front row and Shamu comes out and comes back in the water. That one had a couple row carry on the splash.
Yeah, but they warn you when you sit there you're going to get wet, right?
Yeah.
They don't warn you for this.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. Strasburg with his 5th strikeout. Due to hit 4th in the 7th may be done if the Nationals can get something going. So he finishes off retiring the last 7 Cubs. And we're through 6. It's Chicago 1. The Nationals nothing on the Nationals Radio Network.
Your weekend has only 48 hours. Why spend half of it stuck in traffic? Steal away to Gaylord National Resort in National Harbor, Maryland. For a romantic escape or a fun-filled family trip, Gaylord National is the perfect destination. With a luxury spa, delicious restaurants, pool, video arcade, and the official sports part of the Washington Nationals, your stay is sure to be a home run. Sign up at GaylordNational.com and like them on Facebook for special offers. Getaways from $169 a night when you call 301-965-4000 and mention Nat's Fun.
So-and-so's on deck. So-and-so's on the bench. So-and-so swung for the fences. Decks, benches, fences. Starting to feel like the announcer's dropping hints? Like they know about that wood staining project you've been putting off? Get it over with the easy way with Flood Wood Care products. From the first board you brush to the last, you'll find it surprisingly simple to protect and beautify your investments. Pick up some Flood products and see for yourself. Find a supply checklist, step-by-step instructions, and a retailer near you at Flood.com. Now Geico presents 30 Seconds with Maxwell the Pig.
Hey everyone, I'm Maxwell, and my life is kind of awesome because whenever Geico wants to talk about their new mobile app, they're like, hey Maxwell, you feel like coming to the studio and talking about how the app lets you manage your policy, you know, and get roadside help and even customize it with your favorite Geico character? And I'm like, maybe. Are there going to be snacks?
Everything you love about Geico, now mobile. Download the new Geico app today.
For business or baseball? The National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Mark DeRosa leading off the top of the seventh, takes a ball low and away, 1-0 Chicago. Ryan Dempster's still in there. Delivers the next one, and it's cracked in the air, foul off to the right, and back into the lower level of seats. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Action in the Nationals bullpen with Henry Rodriguez up and throwing.
It looks like we may see action in the Cubs bullpen for the first time with their lone left-hander, James Russell. Next pitch, DeRosa takes a strike at the knees. It's 1-2. DeRosa is lined to left and tapped one back to the mound. The Nationals got a hit on the first pitch of the game, and that is their only hit. Here's the next. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Dempster has retired 11 in a row. Has been helped by the wind on 2 deep drives by Ryan Zimmerman. But again, Ian Desmond, the only hit. He's walked 3, has Dempster, and fanned 8. Bernardina and Ramos following DeRosa. If anybody reaches, it's the pitcher's spot. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball back to the mound on 1 hop. Dempster flags it, fires to first, 1 away.
Well, they didn't let Roy Halladay get that complete game, Dave. The Phillies beat the Pirates 1-0.
Well, when you spend $50 million on a closer, you might want to use him.
So Halladay threw 92 pitches in 8 innings, and Papelbon, Jonathan Papelbon, threw 10 pitches, 9 strikes, and gets his first save as a Philly. Tough loss for Eric Bedard, a run on 6 hits over 7, and the Phillies win 1-0 in Pittsburgh.
Here's Roger Bernardino. Let's see if he tries to bunt. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Checks his swing and fouls it back into the screen. Stewart was in on the grass at third in case of the bunt. Might have Russell getting ready in case Davey Johnson calls on Chad Tracy as a pinch hitter with Strasburg a couple of spots away. They need to get someone on to bring him up. There goes Bernardino trying to bunt. Pulls the bat back and takes high, 1-1.
I bet the Pirates weren't upset to see the Phillies as their opener.
Well, they always draw pretty good crowds there for that series.
Sold out.
Yeah, the 1-1. Swinging a dribbler just to the right of the plate. Foul, 1-2.
Played that one today in 2 hours and 14 minutes.
1-0 seems to be the prevailing score.
Well, Cleveland's now up 4-0 over Toronto.
Must be balmy there. These are tough hitting conditions here today.
Yep.
Mets are ahead 1-0 in the 9th. This game 1-0. The Phillies 1-0. The Tigers and Red Sox have exploded. It's 2-1. Next pitch, a splitter, and Bernardino lays off low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jose Valverde trying to close that one out for Justin Verlander after Valverde was perfect in saves last year. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up straight back this way. And Bernardino is still alive at 2-2.
Cleveland got a 3-run homer from Jack Hanahan off Ricky Romero. After the RBI ground out for Casey Kochman, they have a 4-0 lead after 2.5 over Toronto.
Dempster winds and deals. Swinging a line drive, shallow center. Going back is Castro on the soft humpback liner, makes the catch. Bernardino did not get that one off the good part of the bat. 2 away.
And hitting it in the air is just not getting it done today for the Nationals with this wind, slowing everything up.
1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Cubs. No runs, 1 hit. No errors for the Nationals. The Nats were blanked on opening day last year by Atlanta. Trying to avoid the same fate against the Cubs. Wilson Ramos grounds one weakly to short. Castro's got it. The throw on to first in time for the out that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. Bill Murray is going to lead the Wrigley Field faithful in the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Our 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Twisted Tea, the hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. 1-0 Chicago on the Nationals, the radio network.
Miller time. It's a rallying cry to the men around you, the ones that have become your brothers. A call to beers answered with,
Order me a Miller Lite, I'll be there in 10.
a night where your crew gets down to the task at hand that may or may not involve running tables, firing up the grill, or getting the band back together. Just a few choice words spoken to the right men who crave a light beer that's never light on taste. Because it's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Great beer and great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Cholula hot sauce brings an unbelievable flavor explosion that delivers just the right amount of heat to enhance any meal. Cholula is perfect on pizza, chicken, popcorn, burgers, or any of your favorite foods. The next time you're at Nationals Park, be sure to look for Cholula, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap. Heat up your summer today with Cholula, the official hot sauce of your Washington Nationals, and flamethrowers everywhere.
Here we have a rare treat. The keeper of the forest, as some have coined her. Built to carry heavy loads long distances using minimal natural resources. A coat of iron and steel keeps her safe. You can just feel the motherly instinct she has for her surroundings.
Sometimes the best things for nature come in unexpected forms. CSX trains move 1 ton of freight nearly 500 miles on a single gallon of fuel. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
Traveling for business or baseball? The National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Before we head to the last of the 7th inning, let's pause for station identification on the Nationals radio network.
WJFK-FM and WJFK-FM HD1 Manassas, Washington, and WIAB HD3 Bethesda. Sports Radio 106.7, The Fan.
Dave Jagler, Charlie Slows from Wrigley Field, Chicago, 1-0 Cubs, and the only benefit to the Nationals going on 1-2-3. At the top of the 7th, Steven Strasburg's spot did not come up, so he stays in the game. 70 pitches through 6 innings will face Jeff Baker, leading off the last of the 7th. And the first pitch, a breaking ball in at the knees for a strike. Strasburg's been free and easy today. A lot of quick at-bats. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. That was to Baker. That helped the Cubs mount a rally in the 4th. Fastball inside when Baker was at the plate. Soriano was thrown out trying to steal 3rd. And then Baker walked, moving Ian Stewart into scoring position. And Marlon Byrd followed with a bloop single to left. So Baker's walk was very big. The 1-1. Breaking ball rolled to short. Desmond charging in. He gloves. He throws on the move. And he pulls LaRoche off the bag. LaRoche makes the catch, but was off the bag. And that'll be an E6. Desmond charged in, threw on the run, and threw errantly. And Desmond, who had 23 errors a season ago, is going to pick up his first of this year.
A little adversity for Strasburg here. That's pretty much a routine play. You have to get it. A standing room only, exceeding capacity crowd here this afternoon. 41,176 on opening day at Wrigley Field.
Here's Marlon Byrd. First pitch. Byrd grounds it foul toward the third base side dugout. They have not posted a hit or an error. I don't see how that could be anything but an error.
He's throwing on the run, so it's somewhat less than a routine play, but he had time to stop and throw him out.
He's out by 2 steps.
Yeah.
Next pitch is high, 1-1.
They scored it.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
I mean, I guess it's good to be a Cub.
Mel Brooks couldn't have said it better.
Wow. So that's the 5th Cubs hit. And the next pitch. Ripped foul over the Cubs dugout into the seats along the third base side.
Only in that movie he was the king, not a Cub.
1 ball, 2 strikes. I guess we got to get back in the regular season habit of actually waiting to hear what is going to be the scoring.
He decided to field it and throw off balance on the run, but he had enough time to plant and throw him out. Official score didn't see it that way.
Here's the 1-2 to Byrd. Swinging a ground ball left side. Zimmerman has it to second for 1. Espinosa to first. 2, a double play. So hit or error doesn't matter. Baker's erased. Strasburg induces the 5-4-3 double play.
Sean Burnett, left-hander up for the Nationals pen now.
Getting ready in case you get down to that pitcher spot with Dempster. The Cubs are a predominantly right-handed hitting lineup, but they have left-handed hitters available on the bench, more so than right.
Namely Blake DeWitt and Luis Valbuena, who was claimed off waivers from Toronto yesterday by the Cubs.
Fastball to Giovanni Soto is high. Soto's 0 for 2.
But Dempster's out on deck. No one throwing yet in the bullpen.
Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, strike at the knees, 1-1. Dempster's at 92 pitches, and the Nationals haven't had a base runner since the third inning. So
Kerry Wood had his jacket off, but Kerry Wood has put his jacket back on.
Yeah, they're going to roll with Dempster the way he's pitching. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Well, this, if Strasburg retires Soto, will be his last hitter, as Steven is due to lead off the top of the 8th.
They had Lombardozzi on deck when the last half inning ended.
1-0 Cubs here on opening day. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up, third base side foul ground. Zimmerman and Ramos over, not much room there. And it's back into the seats a couple of rows. Ignite your attitude with Nationals 5-game flex plans. Pick 4 games and get a 5th free. Plans start at just $60. You can get them by going to nationals.com/flex for tickets. Off day tomorrow. We're back with you Saturday. High noon, first pitch here in the Windy City, 1:05 start Eastern time. Breaking ball hit in the air to left center field, well hit. The wind knocking it down. Bernardina and DeRosa converge. Bernardina cuts in front and makes the catch. So those two have not played a lot together, and a little bit of a miscommunication. DeRosa was camped there. Bernardina cut in front of it and makes the grab. So the fly out to center ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, a double play, so nobody left. 7 strong innings for Strasburg in his first of what should be many opening day starts. Nationals need some runs. 1-0 Cubs as we head to the 8th on the Nationals Radio Network.
My journey to help save people money on car insurance has got me reflecting a bit. You know, about all the places I've been so far, all the nice folks I met, and all the money Geico saved them. I mean, if I had $1 for every time I saved somebody money on car insurance, I could retire tomorrow. But then, I'd have to stop my journey across America. I'd never get to visit Collinsville, Illinois, and see the world's largest bottle of ketchup. Well, there's no way I'm going to miss that.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This is a line in the sand. On one side, the comfort and predictability of the past beckons. And on the other, the challenge of the future dares you to step across and into the all-new Lexus GS. To a place where the available Lexus Inform app suite can connect you to the world like no automobile ever has. Where an entirely new platform, Drive Mode Select, and the available Lexus Dynamic Handling System can help you charge through corners with authority. Where an unrestrained vision can create a bold new presence. So, make your choice. But test drive with caution, because once a sports sedan this extraordinary has raised your standards, there's no going back. The all-new 2013 Lexus GS. See your Washington area Lexus dealer.
Obey traffic regulations and maintain awareness of road conditions. Data charges may apply. Apps and services vary by phone and carrier. See lexus.com/inform for more information. Versus competitor automobiles.
Make it home safe with the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, ensuring 70,000 safe flights every day. NATCA works for you. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Steven Strasburg lifted for a pinch hitter. Chad Tracy will bat. Reed Johnson, the new left fielder, replacing Soriano. 1-0 Cubs in the 8th. Here's Charlie Slows.
All right, thank you, Dave. And the pitch to Tracy, a former Cub, a fastball in there. Called strike 1. Pitch number 93 for Dempster. So Strasburg, 7 innings, a run, 5 hits, struck out 5, walked 1, 82 pitches, 58 for strikes. Pitch to Tracy, looks it over, low and away, 1 ball, and 1 strike is the count. Tracy making the club as a non-roster free agent, played for the Cubs, part of 2010. Next delivery, low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Signed a minor league contract with the Cubs in January of 2010, was released July the 1st and later signed on to play AAA ball with the Yankees. Pitch on the way is inside. 2-2. 3-1 is the count. 3-1.
Action in both pens. Kerry Wood for the Cubs. Tyler Clippard for the Nationals.
The line 3-1 on the way. Swung on and lifted foul. Third base side out of play. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Tracy wasn't with the Yankees very long that year when he was let go and signed with the Marlins. Finished the year in Florida in 2010 before going on to Japan last year. Jammed a fastball. He pops it foul back behind the plate out of play. Made the club as a non-roster free agent out of the spring. He hit .260. He had 73 at-bats with 19 hits, and he drove in 15 runs, 2 doubles, 3 homers for the veteran left-handed hitter. He played first, third, and some outfield. Swing a line shot. Look out. Foul ball. And caught down there in the Nationals bullpen. And a saving catch.
Is that Julian Martinez who caught it?
Or Julian Martinez caught it. Saving his good buddy, Nielsen Robledo, was warming up the pitcher. That's why they have that pitcher protect, or someone protect the catcher or the pitcher down in the bullpen. Change-up, swung on and missed. Tracy down on the change of speed, the splitter. And so he battled good at bat, but the battle won by Ryan Dempster with his 9th strikeout of the game.
Again, it bears mentioning the Nationals got a hit on the first pitch of the game, and that's it. That's their only hit.
Desmond was jammed and took one the other way into right field for a hit. So Dempster having quite a day. Here's a swing, a ground ball wide at first, under the glove of Baker, past the second baseman, and out into right field.
You know, I think Baker let that go, thinking that Barney was going to be there, and it would be an easier play for Barney going toward first. But Baker would have had to backhand it and then make an awkward over-his-shoulder throw or plant and rush a throw. And so he let it go, but Barney was shaded toward the middle.
He was.
Baker let that go. So I don't know how they're going to score it. I guess they got to give Desmond a hit. There's no choice.
Nobody touched it. By the way, 9 strikeouts for Dempster. His career high is 12 back in May of 08 against San Diego. Has 3 11 strikeout games and 9 10 strikeout games in his career. So here's Espinoza. And a throw to first. The runner back. It is scored a base hit. Danny walked in each of his first 2 plate appearances, then bounced to first in the 5th. So here we are in the 8th inning of a 1-0 game. A 1 out, 1 man on base. And Tyler Clippard continues to get ready. Here's the set. And a turn, a throw to first by Dempster. Desmond back on the bag. The third baseman, Stewart, wide of the line, just in on the grass. Outfield is straight away. Dempster sets, and the pitch, swing, and a chopper foul off to the right of the plate, rolls onto the grass. No balls, 1 strike to count on Espinoza.
Charlie, last year, Jose Valverde was 49 for 49 in saves. He's 0 for 1 this year.
Wow.
Gave up 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning, and they play in the bottom of the 9th, tied at 2, the Tigers and the Red Sox. Costing Justin Verlander an opening day win.
David Ortiz a sac fly, and Ryan Sweeney a triple, scoring Darnell McDonald. Here's a swing by Espinoza, a pop-up foul left side. This one over on top of the roof here at Wrigley Field on the third base side. And the count is 0-2 on Espinoza.
Hardy fans here, not many have left. A cold day to be in the stands.
Absolutely.
With that wind blowing in.
But the taverns will be serving a lot of hot toddies after the game, I'm sure. Here is the set. Now the pitch on the way. And a swing and a fly ball, foul left side again, heading for the rooftop. This one doesn't quite make it. He makes it into the upper deck. And it continues 0-2 on Espinoza. Red Sox have Alfredo Aceves in there now, named their closer yesterday. So they spoiled 8 innings of 2-hit shutout ball for Verlander. Probably figured he was on the way to win number 1. Now the pitch, high and away with the next offering. Espinoza lets it go, 1-2. You wonder if Dempster cannot get Espinoza, whether they'll bring Kerry Wood in here to face Ryan Zimmerman. I would think so.
Yeah, Zimmerman has hit the ball a ton twice. Just the wind has knocked down what could have been 2 homers.
Absolutely. Here's the set. Desmond off first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch way inside. Breaking ball. Slider. It's 2-2. They figure Espinoza to pull, so much so that the shortstop Castro is shaded almost directly up the middle. Third baseman Stewart way wide of the line.
Well, they're shifting on Desmond. Led to the hit earlier in this inning. Dale Swaim from Milwaukee. Remember the Brewers had all those crazy shifts last year.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the set. 2-2. Swing and a foul back our way down below. Continues 2 balls, 2 strikes on the battling Danny Espinoza here. The wheels turning. The wind blowing. And really coming in briskly off Lake Michigan today. Knew it this morning, Dave. I opened the window and almost got knocked down. The wind was blowing into my room. Here's the set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the splitter in the dirt. Strikeout number 10 for Ryan Dempster. And a big one right there with 2 out. A runner at first. And Ryan Zimmerman coming up. And again, a long fly to center that looked like it would be a home run without the wind blowing in. That was in the first inning. He walked in the third and then hit a tremendous blast to left in the 6th inning. That seemingly was going out of the park when the wind knocked it down. Time called. Dale Swaim is coming to the mound. Dempster is behind the mound on the grass. Swaim reaches the top of the pitching mound of the rubber, and Dempster up the back slope to greet him with the entire infield and catcher Giovanni Soto there.
If Swaim wants a standing ovation, he leaves him in, but he's not going to. So it'll be Dempster who gets the standing ovation.
He takes the ball, and here goes Ryan Dempster. And a standing ovation from this Cubs crowd of more than 41,000 here today, 41,176. Kerry Wood is coming on from the Cubs bullpen. This is a PNC Bank call to the bullpen. PNC for the achiever in you. It'll be Kerry Wood against Ryan Zimmerman with 2 out, a runner at first here in the top of the 8th when we come back after this pitching change break with the Cubs leading it 1-0 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Miller Time. Don't check your wrist or follow up with your supervisor, because Miller Time has nothing to do with when and everything to do with who.
What's up, Tommy?
Miller Lite is brewed for the guys you're proud to call your brothers, who'll always talk you out of getting that faux hawk and never talk during your backswing. And when you've got your brothers and the light beer that tastes like a beer should, it's not just a good time, it's Miller Time.
Great beer and great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
For splurging on the good seats once in a while. For a day with your son. And for bringing your baseball gloves to the game, just in case. For the Nationals fan. For the dad. For the achiever in you. Whatever your situation, PNC Virtual Wallet can help. With a savings engine that helps you save 3 different ways. And a mobile app to keep track of it all. Sign up at pncvirtualwallet.com. PNC Bank, the official bank of the Washington Nationals. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Morse, outfielder, Washington Nationals. When I step in the box, I'm completely calm. I know that I'm better than him. I know that I already have him beat. And if he throws it where I want it, then I'm going to do some damage.
Going, and gone, goodbye!
Throws the ball, and I unleash the beast.
Walk-off home run for Michael Morse.
Get your Nationals single game tickets now, starting at just $10. Go to nationals.com/tickets. Charlie Slows, Dave Jagler with you at Wrigley Field in Chicago on opening day. It is the top of the 8th inning. Runner at first, 2 out. Cubs leading 1-0, and Kerry Wood in to face Ryan Zimmerman. And the first pitch is in there, a called strike 1. Wood can still bring it to the plate. He has that tremendous biting breaking ball, and that's his bread and butter pitch.
He's added a cutter late in his career. It's pretty much fastball, cutter, curve.
Now the set of the pitch. Zimmerman takes it. A fastball is high.
It's an amazing.
Ball and 1 strike.
You have Kerry Wood and Steven Strasburg pitching in the same game. Kerry Wood was Steven Strasburg.
Yep.
Back in 1998.
Ryan Zimmerman 1 for 5 against Wood in his career. The one hit a home run. Swing and a foul ball. Back to our right and out of play. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wood last year at 21 holds and a save in 7 tries. Took a big discount to come back to play for the Cubs and be a setup man for Marmol, and did not want to be traded during the year last year. Took another 1-year deal again this year. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. The set of the 1-2. It is low. Runner going. The throw on down is too late. Ian Desmond, with an opportune time, takes the chance and steals second on Wood and Soto.
That's big. With the wind blowing in, it's tough to get extra base hits. So now a simple single to the outfield can tie this thing.
Desmond's first steal. He had 25 and 35 tries last year. Wood comes set. And the 2-2 is in. Way outside. The count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Everybody on their feet here at Wrigley Field. Critical spot of the ball game. Chance of Kerry ringing up from the crowd. Here's the set. Now the pitch on the way. High and inside. And that's ball 4. So Zimmerman walks. And it'll bring up Adam LaRoche, the left-handed hitter.
They do not have Russell warming, so it's going to be Wood. And Michael Morse, the Nationals' cleanup hitter to be, on the shelf for at least the first 4 games. The cleanup spot has been the pivotal spot in the Nationals' order today, with LaRoche batting with men on base in the first and third innings and unable to deliver.
He's been to the plate 3 times and struck out swinging all 3 times. He had only 22 at-bats during the spring. In games, he had a bunch in the minor league games to get extra at-bats. In minor league camp, coming back off the ligament strain in his ankle. And in his career is a notoriously slow starter. But he would not want to miss an opportunity here again. Here's the pitch, way inside, off the glove of Soto, and the runners will advance. LaRoche able to get out of the way, but Soto couldn't catch it. A wild pitch sends Desmond to third and Zimmerman to second. Now a base hit could give the Nationals the lead. Well, Kerry Wood has one get away from him. Up and in on the left-handed hitter. And Soto couldn't catch it. Also takes away any force play on the infield to end the inning. Makes them have to make a play to first. Jason Worth on deck. Runners second and third and 2 out. Wood from the stretch. Kicks and delivers. And LaRoche takes high. It's 2 balls, no strikes. So the Nationals first baseman Adam LaRoche. Again, the Nationals pinch hitting for Steven Strasburg. So they need to tie the game to get him off the hook. They score and go ahead. He has a chance to win. The 2-0 delivery LaRoche takes, and it's in there, a called strike at 91 miles an hour on the National Air Traffic Controllers Association radar gun. Natco, we guide you home. Here's the set by Wood. Runners second and third. 2-1 pitch. Taking a called strike. Now it's 2-2. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So LaRoche yet to swing in this at-bat. And now listen to this Cubs crowd. Bright sunshine. Shadows beginning to creep out from the third base side. Here's the set. Wood delivers in a swing. He got a piece. He fouled it back. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on the road. Ryan Dempster threw 108 pitches, 73 for strikes, 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits, struck out 10 and walked 3. What an opening day for him. Here's the second pitch. LaRoche swings and he pops it up. Third base side, foul ground. The catcher Soto coming over toward the Cubs dugout, but it's out of play.
Not a lot of room behind home plate. If there's a ball that's in the dirt, Desmond can get a very big lead off of third base because Stewart is way wide of the line.
The most room is straight back, but the angle to the left or right of home plate, it kicks back.
I mean, Desmond can get so far off. Even if the ball bounces in and just to the left or right of Soto, he's got a chance to try and score. He bounces in one of those curveballs.
Here's the set. 2-2 pitch. Swing. You got a piece. A foul ball off the shin guards of the catcher Soto. It's 55 feet from home plate straight back to the stands. A smaller distance than that from the mound to home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Desmond off third, Zimmerman off second, 1-0 Cubs. The kick, Wood delivers in the pitch, high and away. Count full, 3-2. On deck is Jason Worth. Worth has never had a hit off Kerry Wood, 0 for 7 with 4 strikeouts. Wood has the luxury of first base being open. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Will he challenge LaRoche? The set. Here it comes. And he just missed with a fastball a little outside. It was about belt high, and LaRoche laid off.
I think he tried to backdoor a cutter there at 91 and just missed the corner. That's a very tough pitch to take. Maybe a little bit high, too.
Yeah.
Looked like it might have had the corner, but apparently high. And so Worth will get a chance with the bases loaded here.
Time called. The pitching coach for the Brewers, Chris Basio, is coming out. The pitching coach for the Cubs is the former Brewer right-hander, Chris Basio. I see him in, I think, Brewers. And, of course...
And you see Dale Swain, you see Pat Listash.
Yep.
There was a
lot of Brewer
on this Cub team.
Yep. And so Basio threw a no-hitter for the Brewers. He's a pitching coach for 1 year for Lou Piniella in Tampa Bay. And then did not stay on due to some family health concerns he needed to be home for. And then resurfaced in the Brewers organization. Looks like he's got a bad knee working on him there as he goes down those dugout steps. So the meeting of the mound over. Bases are loaded, 2 out for Worth. Who's fly to right, fly to deep right center, and struck out 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. And the fastball is in there, a called strike to Worth at 95 miles per hour. The ever-changing look of Worth, who had the big beard and the long, bushy hair in spring training. He's trimmed it up. He's got the goatee working and some long sideburns. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball toward the right. Slicing foul to be out of play. The wind just blew it into the stands to the right of the Nationals bullpen. And the count's 0-2.
How many times have we said this? On a normal day,
that would have been
a bleeder that would have dropped in. I don't think anyone was going to catch it because it wasn't hit very deep.
It wasn't hit hard, so the wind got all of it, blew it into the stands. You said it would be a pitcher's day, and it's been. 1-0 Cubs leading, top of the 8th.
And now Worth has got to shake the sting out. He's gone well outside of the dirt circle to take some practice swings. His hands are stinging right now after getting that one off the end of the bat.
Pitchers love this. Started with Ross Detwiler before the game. Growing up in the Midwest St. Louis area, pitching at Missouri State. He loved this kind of weather to pitch because he knew he had the advantage. The hitters were not comfortable. It's underway. Fastball just missed the outside. Wow. Fans thought it was strike 3, low into the outside.
I'll tell you, Soto was set up off the corner, would hit the glove. Yeah. But that's a good call.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Desmond off third. Zimmerman off second. LaRoche on first. The pitch. Inside. And Worth started to move the bat, then stop. Cubs want an appeal. And they do. DeMuth, the first base umpire, Kerwin Danley, says no swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded. 2 out, top of the 8th inning. Bo Porter Shouting instructions out to Zimmerman, the runner at second. Trent Jewett coaches at first. Opening day at Wrigley Field in Chicago, top of the 8th. The Cubs leading 1-0. Wood sets. The pitch to Worth, high and inside with a fastball at 95 miles an hour. The count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This situation always reminds me of my Little League days, Dave.
A walk is as good as a hit.
Yes, indeed.
Although a hit would be good here because Zimmerman's going to be running, may score 2 or
That's
more.
Right. Runners will be going on 3 and 2 with 2 out. 1-0 Cubs, top of the 8th inning. An action beginning of the Cubs bullpen with their closer, Carlos Marmol. The set. Here's the pitch to Worth. Runners go, and it is low, ball 4. They throw him an off-speed pitch, and Worth laid off. A bases-loaded walk. Scores the first Nationals run of the year. Desmond across the plate with a tying run. Zimmerman to third, LaRoche to second. It's the Nationals 1 and the Cubs 1. And Mark DeRosa will be the batter. Nationals' first run of the game and of the year. Brought to you by Hard Times Cafe. 1 to Mark DeRosa. First pitch. He's low and away, ball 1 with a cutter. Now, the Nationals score 6 runs in any home game this year at Nationals Park. Everyone in attendance will win wings from their local Hard Times. Save your game ticket. Take it to Hard Times within 5 days of the game to redeem it for your wings. Pitch to DeRosa. In there, a called strike. A fastball. It's 1-1. And welcome back. Hard Times, a sponsor of Nationals baseball. Everyone enjoyed their wings last year. And the Nationals put 6 or more on the board. Pitch to DeRosa, swung on, a swing, and a foul ball off to the right of the plate over toward the dugout.
It happened so long ago, Charlie, but this rally started on that ground ball to the right side that Baker let go, thinking the second baseman was going to fit. That was actually this inning. It doesn't seem like it.
And Baker's not, a regular first baseman. He's played it some. He's more of a second baseman. He's played the outfield some, third base. But that certainly was not how that play is supposed to go.
Pivotal play, and then the decision to lift Dempster, and Wood has walked all 3 that he's faced.
3 in a row. Here's the set and the 1-2 to DeRosa. Swinging a ground ball up the middle toward the second base bag. Fielded by Barney. He'll have to throw on the run. DeRosa dives into first. Close play, and he's out at first, and the inning is over. A head-first dive into first for DeRosa trying to beat the play. Good play by Barney on a slow ground ball behind the second base bag. So the Nationals get the tying run with 1 hit. There were 3 walks, a wild pitch, and 3 men are left on base. Brand new ball game. Tyler Clippard coming into pitch as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Washington 1, Chicago 1 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Look at this beautiful deck on longfence.com.
Perfect. Click on the special offer button.
Half off installation? We need a free estimate now.
For a limited time, Longfence has half-off installation on fence, decks, and patios. Call 800-928-LONG or go to longfence.com for your free estimate. Flexible financing, a great warranty, and half-off installation are available if you act now. Sign up at longfence.com or call 800-928-LONG. Do it now.
Think all spark plugs are the same? Guess again. The tech heads at Denso are also gear heads. We've just created the Denso Platinum TT. Twin tip with titanium and platinum electrodes. Sound expensive? Nope, just smart. Better fuel economy and lower emissions. More power and faster starts. The new Denso Platinum TT with unique twin tip technology is a spark of Denso genius. Check out DensoTT.com for more information. Available at Advanced Auto Parts.
With AT&T, you can track every unforgettable sports moment almost as it happens. And that means the whole where were you when conversation is kind of changed.
Where was I the moment they won the championship? The bathroom. It was awesome.
Where was I? I think we were at a wedding.
Whose wedding?
I can tell by your voice. It was our wedding. It was our wedding.
You have the speed to get scores, stats, and highlights fast with AT&T. Rethink possible.
Visit att.com or store for details.
Make it home safe with the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, ensuring 70,000 safe flights every day. NATCA works for you. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Last of the 8th inning, and a 1-1 game, and a new pitcher for the Nationals is Tyler Clippard. Makes his first appearance of 2012 in a 1-1 game. Clippard into the line, facing pinch hitter Blake DeWitt, and the pitch is taken inside, ball 1. Clippard, of course, led the major leagues last year with 38 holds. He appeared in 72 games. DeWitt making the club as a non-roster player after being removed from the roster after last season. Pitch is swung on and skied in the air, shallow right. Worth coming in. He's under and waiting now and makes a two-handed grab. So DeWitt, who figures to get a lot of action off the bench, occasional starter. Last year was a primary pinch hitter for the Cubs. He had 14 pinch hits and 64 bats with a home run and 10 pinch hit RBIs, 10 of his 26 RBIs as a pinch hitter. but he's retired. He was batting for Kerry Wood. A blown save for Wood in his first appearance of the year. He goes a third of an inning. He walks 3, issues a wild pitch, and allows the tying run to score. And an independent runner. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul. This one back on top of the roof off the bat of David DeJesus, strike 1. Line to center, single to center, and struck out. 25 pitches for Wood. 12 for strikes, and now Marmol getting ready for the 9th. Whether the Cubs and Nationals are tied or whether the Cubs have a lead. Pitch from Clippard, and this one is low. Whereas Tyler features that terrific changeup to go with a fastball, cutter, and curve. During the spring, he appeared 12 times, 1-0 with a 2.77 ERA. 13 innings of work, swinging a foul back and out of play. Last year in the regular season, we mentioned 72 appearances, 3-0, a 1.83 ERA, and the Major League leading 38 holds to off the big league record. Worked 88 in the third innings out of the bullpen, gave up only 48 hits. Opponents hit 162 against him. He did give up 11 home runs. He struck out 104 and walked 26. Next delivery is just below the knees with a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 104 strikeouts in 88 in the third innings. Don't see many relievers with over 100 strikeouts in a year, ever. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the wind, and the pitch, and in the dirt.
The guy in the Cubs bullpen has done it.
Mr. Marmol.
Yeah, he is a big strikeout guy, but also a lot of walks.
And wild pitches. And a very violent delivery to the plate.
Last year, Marmol only fanned 99, so an off year.
Clippard into the line, 3-2 pitch, swing and a chopper past the mound, right side. Espinosa knocks it down, has time, and then as he picks it up, he decides to hold on to the ball, not having his footing. DeJesus was getting down the line, and Espinosa coming in, rather routine play. That one should go as an error, but they've scored it a hit. They put hit on the board. Did they announce hit?
What
game are they watching?
What constitutes an error these days? I mean, if did he get a bad hop?
A little bit of a hop that hit the heel of his glove, but
I'm running out of whiteout.
It's an out in a major league game, right? Espinosa, I'm sure, would agree, should have made that play. Here's Barney, and takes the pitch in there for a called strike.
Cubs are trying to get their guys in the batting chase here, first day of the season.
Either that, or they don't have any ones for the error slot on the out-of-town on that hand-operated scoreboard. Somebody forgot to bring the ones, so they said everything's got to be ahead. 0-1 the count. 1-1 game, bottom of the 8th inning. Clippard sets. And delivers, swing, a little looper. Going back is Desmond. He'll get there as the wind knocks that one down. He makes the catch just barely onto the outfield grass. When he started after it angling, it was as if he was going to have to go over the shoulder into the outfield to make a play.
Well, get your eraser out and your whiteout out.
It's a hit, right?
No, it's back to an E4.
Oh, okay. As it should have been.
Yes.
Which only tells me one thing on the original play.
WW.
That's right. Official scorer wasn't watching. Because if he was watching, it was an error all the way. Here's Starlin Castro, who got a gift hit in the first inning. Call it a wind-aided infield hit. Check swing, foul off to the right and out of play. Castro hit a pop-up in front of the mound with Zimmerman racing from third and LaRoche from first. By the way, Chad Tracy stayed in the game at first base. We didn't mention that. LaRoche out of the game on the double switch.
Yeah, Clippard batting fourth, so potentially he could work multiple innings.
Here's the set. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. But the pop-up, Strasburg on the mound did what pitchers do. He pointed the ball.
Got out of the way.
Ran out of the way. And the ball kept blowing towards home plate. Ramos figured the corner infielders would catch it. He was only a few feet out in front of the plate. It dropped about 6 feet in front of Ramos. And well in front of LaRoche and Zimmerman, both trying to get there. Strasburg had the best chance to catch it. But the pitchers don't catch pop-ups. Throw to first and the runner back. Normally the only time they catch them is when they're just barely in the air and no one has time to make a play. But that was kind of an in-betweener, more so that the pitcher was the only one with a chance to catch it. I mentioned Castro had 207 hits last year to lead the league. Got his first one that way this year. Now the set. Clippard checks the runner, long pause. First base side of the rubber, kicks, delivers, and Castro's jam pops it up behind the plate. This will make the seats. Davey Johnson's first double switch of the year with Tracy staying in to play first. And Clippard batting in the number 4 spot. So the pitcher would have batted third in the top of the 9th inning. Now Tracy will bat. Clippard sets. Long pause. And a throw to first. The runner back as Tracy puts the tag on De Jesus. Castro is 2 out of 4 against Clippard with a double and a home run, so Tyler's working him carefully. He's only seen 3 pitches. Here's the set. Long pause again, turn the throw to first. Diving back in is Dewitt. Reed Johnson is on deck. Remember, they made a defensive substitution in the top of the inning. Johnson taking over for Soriano in the 7th. Jesus, the runner at first, I believe I said Dewitt. Now the set by Clippard. And the runner goes, swinging a cue shot up the first base line. Tracy has it, an easy play to the bag unassisted, and the inning is over. So Clippard wins that battle, sawing off Castro. No runs, no hits, and error. No harm done with a man left. We're through 8 at Wrigley Field. It's Washington 1, Chicago 1 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
The boys of summer are back, and they're ready to play ball. Their newest slugger, Papa John's, is at bat with a 50% off deal for all Nationals baseball fans. When the Nats win and score 5 or more runs, you get 50% off your entire Papa John's menu order the next day. Enter promo code NATS50 and hit a home run with your family. The boys of summer are ready to play, and Papa John's is hitting one out of the park. 50% off menu prices the day after the Nationals win and score 5 or more runs. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Play ball.
Here we have a rare treat. The keeper of the forest, as some have coined her. Built to carry heavy loads long distances using minimal natural resources. Her coat of iron and steel keeps her safe. You can just feel the motherly instinct she has for her surroundings.
Sometimes the best things for nature come in unexpected forms. CSX trains move 1 ton of freight nearly 500 miles on a single gallon of fuel. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
I'm Jim Cook, brewer and founder of Sam Adams, and we brew so many different beers that I don't think I can name them all in 30 seconds. But here goes. Summer Ale, Oktoberfest, Noble Pils, Winter Lager, Old Fezzy with Cranberry, Lambic, Holiday Porter, Pale Ale, Cherry, Wheat, Blackberry, Wheat, Coastal Wheat, Latitude 48, Sam Light, Boston Ale, Cream Stout, Imperial White, Imperial Stout, Double Bock, Pumpkin Ale, Infinium, Chocolate Bock, Cocoa Weizen, Irish Red, Scotch Ale. Don't forget my favorite, Boston Lager. Rich amber color and a head so thick you can float a bottle cap on it. Ah, delicious.
Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Safe responsibly.
Calling for business or baseball? The National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Top of the 9th inning of a 1-1 game. And it'll be Roger Bernardino to lead it off against the Cubs closer, Carlos Marmol taking over. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. See a lot of those in the dirt when Marmol's in the game.
Fastball, mid-90s, wipeout slider. Throws the slider about twice as often as he throws the fastball.
Next pitch swung on it, driven to the air to left field. And on the run is Bird toward the warning track, now angling back in and across, makes the catch. Again, the wind slowing it up, couldn't get it through to the fence. Bernardino hit that ball very, very well.
Couldn't even get it to the warning track.
Nope.
And he tagged it.
Yep. A long line out off the bat of Bernardino. And Wilson Ramos, the batter. The only way you get a home run today is a Little League home run today.
He's going to hope 2 outfielders fall down.
Ball takes a nice, speedy roll. Here's the pitch to Ramos, and Ramos slings it in there. Called strike at 91 miles an hour.
Speaking of wipeout sliders, Brad Lidge warming for the Nationals in case they take the lead.
Marmol was in 75 games last year. Swinging a pop-up foul down the first base side toward the bullpen area. This will go out of play. It's 0-2. Marmol was 2-6, a 4.01 ERA. He had 34 saves in 44 drives. 74 innings, only 54 hits with a 2.05 average against him. Now, not many pitchers hit more batters than home runs allowed. Here's a swing off foul ball right side out of play. But he allowed 5 home runs. He hit 9 batters. And he walked 48, struck out 99, as you mentioned earlier.
10 blown saves, but in non-save situations, he was outstanding. A 1.16 ERA when not pitching with a save on the line.
Next delivery, blown away.
This is a spot like that, a tie game at home. His ERA was 6.07 when pitching in a save situation.
Ramos bounced to short, struck out, bounced to short, 0 for 3 today. Marmol from the stretch, fires home, and the slider low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Marmol, not much time between pitches, ready. Slings it home, and Ramos swings, grounds it up the third base line. Fair ball, fielded by Stewart at the line, backhanding and throwing across. To Baker in time for the out, and there's 2 away. Brings up the former Cub, Chad Tracy, for a second time. Tracy is a pinch hitter in the 8th inning for Steven Strasburg. Battled against Ryan Dempster, and eventually struck out in an 8-pitch at bat. Here's a swing and a foul ball left side and going out of play. Now the 1-0 pitch, fastball. That's on the corner, call strike. First pitch was not fouled off, it was a ball. Pardon me. Desmond on deck. And they overship for Tracy to swing and a foul ball left side, going out of play. Makes the upper deck, third base side. Castro, the shortstop, shaded towards the middle. Marmol delivers. Off speed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on, top of the 9th. Marmol ready. And the pitch to Tracy. Swinging a fly ball deep. Going back to Jesus to the warning track. Gets turned all the way around at the wall, and he can't make the catch. It's over his head and carrying back towards the infield. Tracy to second will make the turn, and he'll stop right there. Well, we hadn't seen a ball carry like that all day long. The wind blowing in, and somehow that one carried to the fence, almost went out of here. So a double for Tracy, his first hit as a National. And now the go-ahead run in scoring position at second.
And they're going to run for him. Tracy hit that one a mile, but didn't get it to carry out. Fortunately, DeJesus kind of got turned around. Pretty good effort there, but couldn't get it. And so Brett Carroll is going to run at second base for Tracy. That's why Davey Johnson wanted him on his bench, left-handed batter who could give you some thump.
So now he leaves the game. And DeJesus was battling the wind and the sun, completely turned around twice on that play. Not an easy day to play the outfield, and really hadn't had to go back on the ball all day. Everything's blowing back toward the infield. Here's Desmond against Marmol. The first pitch in for a strike. Desmond 2 for 4 today, a single to right to start the game. Reshot an error by the third baseman, struck out swinging, and then the ground ball that snuck through the infield that started the Nationals tying rally in the 8th. Marmol setting. And the 0-1, swinging a line drive, base hit right field, toward the line, Carroll around third, coming home. DeJesus up with the ball, his only play will be to second. Ian Desmond with his third hit of the afternoon has given the Nationals the lead here at the top of the 9th inning. A single to right scoring pinch runner Brett Carroll. And the Nationals have the lead. It's Washington 2 and Chicago 1.
Now stay hot, Ian Desmond. He has had some fortunate breaks. That one again off the end of the bat. First pitch of the season, he hit off the end of the bat for a base hit. His ground ball single last inning let through by the first baseman for a hit. And that one just well placed right over first. And the Nationals take the lead for the first time.
Well, here is Danny Espinosa. 0 for 2, a pair of walks. Desmond a lead at first, throw over, and he's back standing. Desmond stole his first base of the year in the top of the 8th inning to get himself into scoring position eventually. Moved to third on a wild pitch by Kerry Wooden, scored on a bases-loaded walk to Jason Worth, tied the game.
Might be a running situation here. Marmol is slow to the plate.
Ryan Zimmerman's on deck. Brad Lidge getting ready in earnest. He is ready. It's a safe situation now with the Nationals in front. The pitch swung on and into the air to shallow left. Long run for Johnson coming in now. Slows up and makes the catch toward the line for the out that ends the inning. So Espinosa pops up to end the top of the 9th after Desmond singles in the go-ahead run. So 1 run on 2 hits in the 9th. The Nationals leave a man. They have the lead, and Brad Lidge is coming on for the bullpen as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning with a score. The Nationals 2 and the Cubs 1 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
There must be some kind of way out of here. Said a joker to the thief.
Dear Attila the Hun, have we got a weed killer for you? Ortho Ground Clear, guaranteed to lay waste to the weeds on your patio, driveway, and sidewalks like nothing you've ever experienced. We know you'll love it, Mr. Attila. Because, unlike most weed killers that let weeds grow back after a few months, Ground Clear has no mercy, killing every weed in its path and stopping new growth for up to 1 year on your driveway, your sidewalks, your... Hold on, this just in. Attila the Hun hasn't been around since the year 453? Oh, how sad. He'll never know the joy of destroying weeds in his hardscapes and scratching weed killing off his busy schedule of looting, plundering, and pillaging. Oh, well, that leaves more for all us regular folks who want to tap into our inner Attila and ruthlessly kill weeds so they, well, stay killed. Ortho Ground Clear. Keeps your ground clear for up to 1 year. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Learn more at ortho.com.
Think all spark plugs are the same? Yes, again. The tech heads at Denso are also gearheads. Just created the Denso Platinum TT. Twin tip with titanium and platinum electrodes. Sound expensive? Nope, just smart. Better fuel economy and lower emissions. More power and faster starts. The new Denso Platinum TT with unique twin tip technology is a spark of Denso genius. Check out DensoTT.com for more information. Available at Advanced Auto Parts.
For business or baseball, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
It's the bottom of the ninth inning, and the Nationals have the lead over the Cubs 2-1 here on opening day. Ian Desmond's third of the game, singling in the go-ahead run. Changes for the Nationals as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Brett Carroll, who ran for Chad Tracy, stays in the game in center field. Roger Bernardino, who was in center field, has moved to left field. Mark DeRosa, who had been playing left field throughout the game, is now the first baseman. He's the third first baseman of the day. The new pitcher is the veteran right-hander and former Philly. He's gone from the bad guys to the good guys. Brad Lidge in to try and save it. Lidge wearing the short sleeve, no long shirt under the uniform top on this cold day. And he faces Reed Johnson leading it off. Here's the pitch on the way. And that first one in there, a called strike to Johnson. 223 career saves for Lidge. Only one last year. He had eight holds, working in a setup role in his 25 games last year with the Phillies. Pitch on the way is a check swing and a foul back behind the plate. Or maybe he didn't even foul it. Maybe there's ruled it a swing and he went back to the plate.
Johnson has a bemused look on his face as if he doesn't agree with the call.
So it's 0-2. Lidge, the past 2 years, really the past 2 years plus, a lot of time spent rehabbing the Philly Spring Training Complex in Clearwater. Here's the one. And the 0-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out with the off speed. And while he doesn't throw in the upper 90s anymore, he can mix that fastball and that terrific biting slider. And that's what it was.
Call it the wipeout slider. The bottom just fell out of it. That was nasty.
So now it'll be Ian Stewart, the third baseman. Last year, began the year on the DL. Recovering from a right posterior rotator cuff strain. Did not pitch for the Phillies until July the 25th. Had elbow inflammation the year before. Much of the year. First pitch. Fastball is inside, ball one. Stewart thrown out by Ramos on a squibber in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. Struck out of the fifth. Scored. The lone Cubs run back in the fourth. Swing and a fly ball right field. Worth going back. Still back to the warning track in front of the wall, at the wall, and can't make the play in the angled corner. The ball's in play. Rounding second, Stewart heading for third, and the throw across not in time. It'll be a triple. The wall juts out toward the right field line. Cutting straight across from center. Then when you go toward the corner, it angles back, and Worth was going back at the wall and trying to see where he was and not take his eye off the ball, and it just kind of went around the turn and angled out, and he just couldn't reach it. Again, battling the wind and the sun at the same time.
The wind and that little bit of a collision with the wall impacted his ability to reach out and try to make the catch. So a bit of a break. The ball stayed in the yard, but a bad break that it wasn't caught. The Nationals bring the infield in, trying to cut off that tying run at the plate.
And so now the batter will be Baker, the first baseman.
Cubs do have a left-handed hitter available in Luis Valbuena. Brian LaHare, we were told, may be unavailable with that bad back, so you got a righty-righty matchup here.
A bad break for Lidge. The ball suddenly carrying toward right. Here's a swing to ground ball. The third runner breaks for the plate. Zimmerman into the grass. That's a throw to Ramos at the plate. The plate is blocked. The tag, and he is out at the play. So the play works. The infield in. Zimmerman on the grass. Contact play with the runner Stewart breaking. Zimmerman backhands the ground ball and throws home to Ramos in time to make the play. Perfectly done. Ramos blocks the play, and it's a 5-2 put-out.
That's the key. You worry about maybe the runner sliding between the legs of the catcher, but he got that left leg in there to keep the runner Stewart off the plate, and now the runner at first, not in scoring position with 2 outs.
So what a quick change. Infield back pitch to Bird. Slider bends in for a strike. Marlon Bird has struck out. Single to left to drive in the Cubs' run and grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. Bird is 0 for 5, 2 strikeouts in his career against Brad Lidge. Here's the set of the pitch. Swing and a miss at another slider, and it's 0-2.
Throw him another one. Down and away.
Lidge had the amazing first year of the Phillies when they won it all in 08. Went 41 out of 41 in save chances and was perfect as well in the postseason. Ramos flashes signs. Baker leads off first, and now Lidge steps on. Blows on the pitching hand behind the rubber. Infield, outfield, straight away, although DeRosa's holding the runner at first. The pitch, low and away with a slider. That one too far outside, and Marlon Bird lays off. Bird's name was mentioned in trade rumors this past offseason. We'll get a station break for you. The next opportunity as we've come to the top of the 5 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Lidge sets. The kick and the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Ramos. No advance for the runner, and the count's 2-2. Let's pause right here, 10 seconds for station identification on the Nationals Baseball Network.
WJFK-FM and WJFK-FM HD1, Manassas, Washington, and WIAB HD3, Bethesda. Sports Radio 106.7, The Fan.
Charlie slows. Dave Jagler with you. Bottom of the 9th, 2 out, a runner at first. Lidge sets the pitch to Bird. Slider is low this time in the dirt. The count full, 3-2. Cubs have the tying run at first. Nationals are leading it 2-1. Pretty good play by Ramos.
Yeah, pretty good patience there by Bird. He's thrown him 3 straight sliders after getting ahead 0-2. See if will he throw another or will he go fastball? They're not holding the runner at first, the tying run Baker.
Just now, DeRosa behind him on 3-2. He's going to be running. Here's the set and the pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called, and a curly W in the books on opening day. Brad Lidge, a 3-2 fastball to surprise Marlon Bird, who was thinking ball forward heading to first. He has struck out, and this game is over, and the Nationals dugout empties here at Wrigley Field. On the field to celebrate a victory on opening day in Chicago. The Nationals trailed 1-0 from the 4th until the 8th when they tied it. And then Ian Desmond, with his 3rd hit of the day, signals in the go-ahead run in the 9th inning to make a winner of Tyler Clippard in relief. And for Brad Lidge, save number 224 is his first in a Nationals uniform. A curly W in the books in Chicago as the Nationals win it 2-1.
And Davey Johnson, all smiles, winning his first opening day game as a manager since 2000. And the Nationals winning just their 2nd ever opening day game. Great starting effort for Steven Strasburg. 7 innings, doesn't get the W, but he certainly kept the Cubs at bay. And the offense scratched just enough across. Chad Tracy, who you don't know how the roster would have been constructed if not for the injuries to Rick Ankiel and Michael Morse. Chad Tracy, the former Cub, with a big double to ignite that 9th inning rally, with Ian Desmond capping it off with his 3rd hit. And Brad Lidge, subbing for the injured Drew Storen, shakes off that 1-out triple to notch his first save. And the Nationals are above 500.
How about that? A great way to start it off here in Chicago. And before we do anything, we did take care of that station break.
Yes, we did.
We're good. We are good. The Nationals win it here 2-1. We'll come back with final totals, and then we'll have the wrap-up show here from Chicago. Final score, the Washington Nationals 2 and the Chicago Cubs 1 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Why not triple the return on your fashion investment? Buy 1 suit, get 2 free during Joseph A. Bank's huge 3 times the suit sale at over 500 Joseph A. Bank locations now. Buy any one of the fine quality suits that made Joseph A. Bank famous and get 2 more free. From our Traveler and Executive collections to our finest hand-stitched signature suits. Buy 1 at regular price, then pick out 2 more of equal or lesser value, absolutely free. That's 3 classic Joseph A. Bank suits for the price of 1, and 3 times the suit you'll find anywhere else. The 3 times the suit sale, our biggest suit sale ever, only at Joseph A. Bank now. Classic style, amazing value. It's in the bank since 1905.
With 27 area locations at 11th and F, Union Station, Alexandria, McLean, Tyson's Galleria, Sterling, National Harbor, Woodbridge, and at Fairfax Corners.
With AT&T, you can track every unforgettable sports moment almost as it happens. And that means the whole "where were you when" conversation is kind of changed.
Where was I the moment they won the championship? The bathroom. It was awesome.
Where was I? I think we were at a wedding.
Whose wedding?
I can tell by your voice. It was our wedding. It was our wedding.
You have the speed to get scores, stats, and highlights fast with AT&T. Rethink possible.
Visit AT&T.com or store for details.
For business or baseball? The National Air Traffic Controllers Association has your safety covered. Safety first, last, and always. Visit natca.org. NATCA, they guide you home.
Back here in Chicago, the Nationals are winners on opening day, their first road opening day win as they beat the Cubs 2-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 9 left for the Nationals, who were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. For the Cubs, it was 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error, 6 men left on. They were 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. A no decision for Steven Strasburg in his first ever opening day start, but he pitched very well. 7 innings, a run, 5 hits, struck out 5, and walked 182 pitches, 58 for strikes. Pitcher number 2 was Tyler Clippard. He pitched in the 8th inning. He allowed a man to reach. That was being an error, but otherwise a scoreless inning for Clippard, throwing 14 pitches, 10 for strikes, and he picks up the win. His record is 1-0 with an ERA of 0. And then Brad Lidge on to the 9th inning. No runs and a hit. Survived that 1-out triple to right. And Lidge gets his first save in a Nationals uniform. And for Brad Lidge, it is save number 224 in his big league career. For the Cubs side, Ryan Dempster had a brilliant opening day start. 7 2/3 innings. A run, 2 hits, struck out 10, and walked 108 pitches and 73 for strikes. But Kerry Wood could not hold his lead. He came in. He walked 3 consecutive batters. He had thrown a wild pitch. And the tying run scored on a bases-loaded walk to Jason Worth. Kerry Wood, a blown save with a run charge to Ryan Dempster. And then Carlos Marmol in the 9th gives up a run on 2 hits and takes the loss. His record is 0-1 with an ERA of 9 for the young season. Time of the game was 2 hours and 35 minutes in front of a sellout crowd of 41,176 as the Nationals win it over the Cubs here this afternoon, 2-1. Stay tuned. The wrap-up show is coming up next here from Wrigley Field. Dave will have the ExxonMobil post-game recap with highlights, including the Miller Lite play of the game and the CSX great move of the game. And I'll be back with a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. A reminder, no game tomorrow, an off day, and then we're back here with you from Chicago on Saturday afternoon. Broadcast time with Nationals on deck will be 12:30. First pitch right around 1:05. It'll be the debut of left-hander Gio Gonzalez for the Nationals. He'll face right-hander Matt Garza going for the Cubs again, 12:30 airtime on Saturday afternoon. Right now, stay tuned for the wrap-up show. Coming up next here from Chicago, again the final score with a Curly W in the books. The Washington Nationals 2 and the Chicago Cubs 1. Here's the set and the pitch. Fastball, strike 3 call, and a Curly W in the books on opening day. Brad Lidge, a 3-2 fastball to surprise Marlon Byrd, who was thinking ball 4 and heading to first. He has struck out, and this game is over, and the Nationals dugout empties here at Wrigley Field. On the field to celebrate a victory on opening day in Chicago.
Nationals baseball has been presented by PNC for the Achiever in You. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on your car insurance. ExxonMobil, taking on the world's toughest energy challenges. Miller Lite, because when friends come together, it's not just a good time, it's Miller time. And by Twisted Tea, the hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea.
America's favorite pastimes include baseball, apple pie, and boardwalk fries. Visit the Boardwalk Fries stands at Nationals Park for that famous boardwalk taste. Join them before and after the game at one of their Virginia Boardwalk Fresh Burgers and Fries restaurants. At the festival at Manchester Lakes, Alexandria, West Springfield Center, Springfield, University Village at ODU in Norfolk, and coming soon to Hilltop Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. Enjoy fresh hand-formed burgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, veggie burgers, and other menu items, including their famous Boardwalk Fries. Learn more online at boardwalkfreshburgersandfries.com.
This is a line in the sand. On one side, the comfort and predictability of the past beckons. And on the other, the challenge of the future dares you to step across and into the all-new Lexus GS. To a place where the available Lexus Inform app suite can connect you to the world like no automobile ever has. Where an entirely new platform, Drive Mode Select, and the available Lexus Dynamic Handling System can help you charge through corners with authority. Where an unrestrained vision can create a bold new presence. So, make your choice. But test drive with caution, because once a sports sedan this extraordinary has raised your standards, there's no going back. The all-new 2013 Lexus GS. See your Washington area Lexus dealer.
Obey traffic regulations and maintain awareness of road conditions. Data charges may apply. Apps and services vary by phone and carrier. See Lexus.com/inform for more information. Versus competitor automobiles.
The next wrap-up show on the Washington Nationals Radio Network. with a recap and analysis of the game, plus a Major League score update. Presented by PNC for the Achiever in us all. By Geico, 15 minutes could save 15% or more on your car insurance. By ExxonMobil, taking on the world's toughest energy challenges. By Miller, triple hops brewed Miller Lite, taste greatness. And by Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea, the hard tea that tastes like real iced tea. This is the Nats Wrap-Up Show.
Back at Wrigley Field, Chicago, the Nationals are 1-0 for the first time since 2008. They opened that season 3-0. The Cubs are still winless in a regular season home opener since 1996. They've opened up on the road, though, the majority of years since that point. Time now for the ExxonMobil postgame recap, brought to you by ExxonMobil, taking on the world's toughest energy challenges. Early scoring opportunities belong to the Nationals against Ryan Dempster. In the first inning, Ian Desmond swung at the first pitch of the season and blooped a single into right field. Danny Espinosa walked, but Desmond's hit would be the Nationals' only hit until the eighth inning. But Ryan Zimmerman, who was robbed twice by the wind, hit a deep drive to center on any other day as a comfortable home run, but instead it's a fly out to center, advancing the runners to second and third. But Ryan Dempster was able to buckle down. He struck out Adam LaRoche, who had a tough day at the plate. LaRoche for the second out, and Jason Worth retired on a fly ball to right field. The Nationals kept off the board. Steven Strasburg making his first career opening day start. Gave up a strange hit in the first inning after retiring the first 2 men on 3 pitches. Starlin Castro hit a harmless pop-up right back toward the pitcher's mound. Strasburg pointed at it and ran away from it, and neither Adam LaRoche nor Ryan Zimmerman nor Wilson Ramos could get close enough to catch it, so it dropped for the Cubs' first hit of the year. And then Alfonso Soriano hit a deep drive to center that would have been a home run, but the wind knocked it down, and so it was scoreless after 1. Both sides went down in order in the second. Strasburg picked up his first strikeout of the year, fanning Marlon Byrd. Nationals had another scoring chance in the third inning. This time they loaded the bases with 1 out on an error and 2 walks. But again, Adam LaRoche was the man at the plate, and LaRoche struck out swinging for out number 2, and Jason Worth flied out deep to right, and the Nationals stranded the bases loaded. On to the last of the fourth inning. That's when the Cubs broke through. Alfonso Soriano with a 1-out single. Then Ian Stewart hit a dribbler out in front of the plate. Wilson Ramos trying to force Soriano at second, threw wildly into center field, so all hands were safe. Soriano held at second, and then Alfonso tried to steal third, but Ramos threw him out for the second out of the inning. But the Cubs still able to rally when Jeff Baker drew a walk, the only walk allowed by Strasburg, and Marlon Byrd blooped a single into left field, scoring Stewart, and it gave the Cubs a 1-0 lead. From there, Strasburg shut down Chicago. He struck out 2 in the 5th inning, Dempster swinging, David DeJesus swinging. He struck out 2 more in the 6th inning, Starlin Castro swinging on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, and then Ian Stewart swinging on a changeup. Then in the 7th inning, a slow ground ball to short was ruled an infield hit. Perhaps it could have been an error, and that was the only hit allowed by Strasburg in the last 3 innings. But he was able to induce a double play ball from Marlon Byrd and a fly to center by Giovanni Soto. And Steven Strasburg, who will be on an innings limit this year, went 7 strong innings, only 82 pitches, 1 run on 5 hits, with a walk and 5 strikeouts. But it was up to the Nationals to get something going offensively, and they got a big break in the top of the 8th inning as Ryan Dempster had his streak of 12 consecutive Nationals broken up on a harmless ground ball to the right side by Ian Desmond. Jeff Baker, the first baseman, had a beat on the play, but let it go, thinking the second baseman, Darwin Barney, was behind him for an easier play, but Barney was shaded toward the middle, and the ball went into right field for only the Nationals' second hit of the game. Desmond then stole second after Danny Espinosa struck out, and on came Kerry Wood, with Dempster departing after 7 Ks and 7 2/3, and Wood had trouble locating the strike zone. He walked Ryan Zimmerman after being ahead 1-2. He was 2-2 on Adam LaRoche and walked Adam to load the bases. And then Kerry Wood was ahead of Jason Worth 0-2, but Worth battled it back to a 3-2 count.
Here's the pitch to Worth. Runners go, and it is ball 4. They throw him an off-speed pitch, and Worth laid off. A bases-loaded walk scores the first Nationals run of the year. Desmond across the plate with a tying run. Zimmerman to third, LaRoche to second. It's the Nationals 1 and the Cubs 1, and Mark DeRosa will be the batter.
And DeRosa hit a slow ground ball up the middle over the second base bag. Darwin Barney made the throw to first and nipped a sliding DeRosa on a very close play, so the game remained tied heading to the last of the 8th inning. That took Strasburg off the hook, but he did not have a chance to get the win. Tyler Clippard came out of the bullpen. He pitched around an error and retired the other 3 batters for a scoreless 8th inning. And then in the 9th inning, Roger Bernardina hit a deep drive to center against Cubs closer Carlos Marmol. The wind knocked it down, and it was a flyout. Wilson Ramos grounded out to third. And then Chad Tracy, who had come on as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning, smacked one deep to right. This one stayed in the yard, but it could not be caught by David DeJesus, and it went for a double. So Tracy was at second, replaced by pinch runner Brett Carroll, and on came Ian Desmond. To that point, 2 for 4, 2 of the Nationals' 3 hits, and Ian Desmond, who had himself a terrific opening day, delivered our Miller Lite play of the game.
And the 0-1, swinging a line drive, base hit right field, toward the line. Carroll around third, coming home. De Jesus up for the ball. His only play will be to second. Ian Desmond, with his third hit of the afternoon, has given the Nationals the lead here in the top of the ninth inning. A single to right, scoring pinch runner Brett Carroll. And the Nationals have the lead. It's Washington 2 and Chicago 1.
So there's your Miller Lite play of the game. Miller Lite, because when friends come together, it's not just a good time, it's Miller time. So the Nationals took the lead to the last of the ninth inning with Drew Storen on the disabled list. They have a guy who's been in this situation before to go to, a guy by the name of Brad Lidge. And Lidge, in his Nationals debut, struck out Reed Johnson on 3 pitches with a nasty slider for strike 3. Then Ian Stewart cranked one deep to right field, and Jason Worth, fighting the wind and then the angled wall, could not make the catch, and it ended up in a one-out triple for Stewart. So with the runner at third, we're going to give Davey Johnson our CSX great move of the game, the decision to bring the infield in with Jeff Baker at the plate, trying to cut off that tying run at home.
Here's a swing to ground ball. Third runner breaks for the plate. Zimmerman into the grass. Has it. Throw to Ramos at the plate. The plate is blocked. The tag, and he is out at the play. So the play works. The infield in. Zimmerman on the grass. Contact play with the runner Stewart breaking. Zimmerman backhands the ground ball and throws home to Ramos in time to make the play.
That's your CSX great move of the game. CSX, how tomorrow moves. So the Cubs were left with only a man at first base, and now with 2 outs, and Marlon Byrd facing Lidge. Lidge got 2 quick strikes on sliders. Byrd did a nice job to lay off 3 consecutive sliders, so the count went to 3-2, and Byrd figured that Lidge might throw another slider, or would he?
Here's the set and the pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called, and a curly W in the books on opening day. Brad Lidge, a 3-2 fastball to surprise Marlon Byrd, who was thinking ball forward heading to first. He has struck out, and this game is over, and the Nationals dugout empties here at Wrigley Field, on the field to celebrate a victory on opening day in Chicago.
So the Nationals win it 2-1. The win to Tyler Clipper, the loss to Carlos Marmol, and his first save as a National to Brad Lidge. So the Nationals take game 1 of this 3-game season opening series, and they are 1-0 for the first time since 2008. An off day tomorrow, and then Saturday right back here for another matinee. We'll be on the air at 12:30 with Nationals on deck. First pitch at 1:05. The Nationals debut of Gio Gonzalez, a 16-game winner and an All-Star last year. He'll face Matt Garza, who begins his second season with the Cubs. Garza was 10-10 a year ago, so hope you'll join us for that broadcast on Saturday. We'll check the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard on opening day. Not quite a full slate, but most teams having their openers, although one team has already had a game under its belt. We'll get you updated on a lot of close games around the major leagues, including this one right here. So the Nationals take it at Wrigley Field 2-1 as we continue from the friendly confines right after this on the Nationals Radio Network.
For counting coins with Mommy, for learning to save, for knowing how much a hot dog costs, for the extremely curious, for the achiever in you. The S is for Savings Account from PNC. It's an interactive online banking experience that helps you and your child set goals for saving, sharing, and spending. It's a fun learning tool for young children, and it's free at pnc.com/S is for Savings. PNC Bank, the official bank of the Washington Nationals. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Miller time. It's a rallying cry to the men around you, the ones that have become your brothers. A call to beers answered with,
Order me a Miller Lite, I'll be there in 10.
the night where your crew gets down to the task at hand that may or may not involve running tables, firing up the grill, getting the band back together. Just a few choice words spoken to the right men who crave a light beer that's never light on taste. Because it's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Ryan Zimmerman, third baseman, Washington Nationals. It's one of those pressures that you either like or you don't like, and it makes me rise to the occasion. I don't ever feel pressure. I just play baseball, I think. If you don't want to be that guy, then probably in the wrong line of business.
Get your Nationals single game tickets now, starting at just $10. Go to nationals.com/tickets. Back here at Wrigley Field in Chicago, the Nationals with a 2-1 victory over the Chicago Cubs on opening day. Time to take a look at other action around the major leagues. Opening day for several other teams, the Braves and the Mets in the National League at Citi Field in New York, and the Mets won it by the score of 1-0 with the only run of the game scored at the bottom of the 6th inning. David Wright, when the new fences didn't matter. It was a shallow single to left scoring Andres Torres with the only run of the game. The Mets won it 1-0. Johan Santana's first appearance since 2010. He went 5 innings. He gave up 2 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 2 through 84 pitches in a no decision. Ramon Ramirez, new reliever, came over from the Giants along with Andres Torres. Worked an inning and a third, gets credit for the win. He's 1-0. Tim Murdoch 2/3 of an inning and a hold. John Roush, the former National, worked the 8th inning for his first hold, and Frank Francisco had an up-and-down spring, worked the scoreless hitless 9th for his first save in a Mets uniform. Tommy Hansen was the loser. His record 0-1. The Brave starter went 5 innings plus, and allowed a run on 4 hits, struck out 4, and walked 3. Chris Medlin 2 scoreless innings and 1 hit, and Johnny Venters worked a scoreless 8th inning. The Mets win on opening day on a cool day, temperature in the low 50s in New York, as they defeat the Braves by the score of 1-0. Also in the National League, another 1-0 game at PNC Park in Pittsburgh in front of a sellout crowd. The Phillies blanked the Pirates 1-0. Pirates had only 2 hits. Roy Halladay, 8 innings for the win. Gave up the 2 hits, struck out 5, and walked none. Alex Presley and Jose Tabata, each with singles at the top of the Pirates' batting order. Jonathan Papelbon came on in the 9th inning, a 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout for his first save in a Phillies uniform. No walks for either Halladay or Papelbon, who combined for 6 strikeouts. Eric Bedard, the former Oriole, a hard-luck loser, goes 7 innings, allows a run on 6 hits, struck out 4, and walked 1 to take the loss. The only run of the game on a sac fly from Carlos Ruiz in the 7th inning, scoring Ty Wigginton, who got the start at first base for the Phillies, and Wigginton scores the only run of the game. Phillies over the Pirates in Pittsburgh by the score of 1-0. Miami Marlins lost their home opener at Marlins Park last night, playing in Cincinnati this afternoon. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Reds scored a first-inning run on a Jay Bruce sacrifice fly. They lead the Marlins 1-0, bottom of the 5th inning. Mark Burley making his Marlins debut. He was 13-9 for the White Sox last year, signing as a free agent. And then Johnny Cueto was 9-5 for the Reds last year. They were 79-83, and Cueto allowing 1 hit so far in that one. And again, the only run on the Jay Bruce sac fly. Reds lead it 1-0 at home in the bottom of the 5th inning in Cincinnati. One other game on the schedule in the National League tonight. It'll be the Dodgers and Padres playing their season opening game at Petco Park in San Diego. And the Dodgers will have the Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw, who was 21-5 with a 2.28 ERA last year on the mound against former Reds righty Edinson Volquez. Offseason trade to San Diego. He was 5-7 at 20 starts with a 5.71 ERA for the Reds last year. The Rockies and Astros will play their opener in Houston tomorrow. It'll be the Giants and Diamondbacks in Phoenix tomorrow night. And the Cardinals, already a winner yesterday over the Marlins, will help the Brewers open their season tomorrow night at Miller Park in Milwaukee. We're back with the American League scoreboard and final words from Wrigley Field, where a Curly W's in the books today. The Nationals winners over the Cubs 2-1 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Love exploring new places, but travel can get expensive. So to save money, I just stay home, close my eyes real tight, and pretend I'm off somewhere exciting.
Hey, Mom, can I have a cheese stick?
Sorry, sweetie. Mommy's not home. She's in the magical land of Machu Picchu.
But I see you sitting right in front of me.
Oh, that's just your imagination. I'm in Machu Picchu.
But
that's enough, sweetie. Mommy's in Machu Picchu.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
At Exxon and Mobil locations, you can save 15 cents per gallon for 60 days when you use your Speed Pass device for fuel purchases at participating locations. Just register your Speed Pass device at speedpass.com by May 31st, 2012 to start saving. That's right. Save 15 cents per gallon just by using your Speed Pass device. Visit speedpass.com today. Excludes business and fleet card accounts. Rebates will be posted to the credit or check card linked to Speed Pass. Maximum 100 gallons per account eligible for rebate. Offer valid for only 1 account per person. Allow 90 days to receive rebates.
Advance your education. Advance your career. The National University Online Information Center is now open in Quantico Town and is ready to help you get to where you want to be. Take a self-guided tour of online courses and speak with an advisor to find the degree that is right for you. With a 1-course-per-month format, you'll have the flexibility you need to fit your degree into your busy life. Only at the National University Online Information Center in Quantico Town. Visit degrees.nu.edu/Quantico for more information.
Here in cold and windy Chicago at Wrigley Field, where the Nationals are winners on opening day. A run of the 8th, a run of the 9th. They come from behind and beat the Cubs 2-1. Only 2 games on the schedule in the American League as we continue with the scoreboard here on the wrap-up show. And it was the season opener for the Red Sox and the Tigers at Comerica Park in Detroit. And no score in that one until Alex Avila doubled in Johnny Peralta in the 7th. Tigers a 1-0 lead, added a run on a Prince Fielder sac fly for his new team. They had a 2-0 lead after 8 innings, going to the top of the 9th inning. And that after 8 strong shutout innings from Cy Young Award and MVP winner Justin Verlander. 8 innings, 2 hits, struck out 7 and walked 1. So they go to their closer, Jose Valverde, who was 49 out of 49 in save chances last year. Well, he's 0 for 1 this year, a blown save in the 9th inning as Austin Jackson, first of all, has David Ortiz, a sac fly, and then Ryan Sweeney with a triple to right, 2 runs home, and the Red Sox had a 2-1 lead in the top of the 9th inning. So Valverde charged with a blown save, his first, but winds up with what the players call a vulture win. Austin Jackson singling in Danny Worth in the bottom of the 9th inning off Alfredo Aceves, named the closer just yesterday for the Red Sox. The loss goes to Mark Melanson, who had given up 2 hits in the inning, as well as the Tigers win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. They defeat the Red Sox by the score of 3-2. So Valverde, the blown save, in the win, 1-0, and Melanson, the loser, 0-1. The starter for the Red Sox was John Lester. 7 innings, a run, 6 hits, struck out 4 and walked 3. Vicente Padilla in relief, a third of an inning, allowed a run, a hit, and a walk. And 43 degrees at game time there, pitcher's day, and the Tigers bang out 10 hits to 5 for the Red Sox. They beat Boston by the score of 3-2. At Progressive Field in Cleveland, the Indians scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Toronto will run in the 4th. That game now to the top of the 9th inning. Chris Perez is pitching, the closer for the Indians. They lead the Blue Jays by the score of 4-1. Justin Masterson, the former Red Sox right-hander, 8 innings, allowed a run, 2 hits, struck out 10, and walked 1. The run was on a home run by, you guessed it, Jose Bautista, solo shot of the 4th inning, number 1 on the year for the big slugger for the Blue Jays. Ricky Romero, the lefty, was a 15-game winner last year for Toronto in 5 innings. He allowed 4 runs on 3 hits, struck out 4, and walked 3, and allowed a home run. Jack Hanahan, a 3-run shot in the 2nd, his first of the year. Jason Frazier pitched an inning. Darren Oliver, a scoreless inning. Casey Jansen, a scoreless inning now, as that game is in the 9th inning, and the Indians are leading the Blue Jays by the score of 4-1. Those are the only other games in the American League. The White Sox and the Texas Rangers will open their season tomorrow in Arlington in an afternoon game. It'll be the Twins and the Orioles playing at Camden Yards. A 3:05 start tomorrow as they celebrate the 20th anniversary of Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays will open at Tropicana Field tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, the Royals and Angels will open up their season in Anaheim. And the Mariners and the A's, who played 2 games out in Japan, reconvene in Oakland. After splitting those first 2 games, they will play tomorrow night, each with a record of 1 win and 1 loss. No game for us tomorrow. Scheduled off day to back up the opener in case of inclement weather. So a rare Friday off for the Nationals and for the Cubs. And this 3-game series continues Saturday afternoon here from Wrigley Field. Left-hander Gio Gonzalez, a 16-game winner last year for the Oakland A's, will make his Nationals debut. And Matt Garza, who was 10-10 last year for the Cubs, will be on the hill for Chicago. And so we will come to you with Nationals on deck at 12:30 on Saturday afternoon with the play-by-play right around 1 o'clock. First pitch scheduled for 1:05. Sunday, the series will be back to the same time as today. It'll be a 1:45 air and a 2:20 start with Jordan Zimmerman on the mound against right-hander Jeff Samardzija. That is on Sunday afternoon. Don't forget, Nationals on deck on Sunday. We'll pick up where we left off last year with your email questions and comments, so send them along to Nationals Radio at Nationals.com. We'll also be able to take text messages as well during Nationals on deck on Sunday before the ball game. But first, Game 2 on Saturday, and again, broadcast time will be 12:30 on Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock with the play-by-play. Ian Desmond joined Select Company, Jose Vitro in 2006, and Pudge Rodriguez in 2010 as the only players in Nationals history with 3 hits on opening day, dating back, of course, to 2005. His 3rd hit of the game, 9th inning single, drives in the go-ahead run as the Nationals turn it around on the Cubs and win it 2-1. Tyler Clippard wins in relief. Brad Lidge, his 224th career save and first as a National. No decision for Steven Strasburg in this, his first opening day start. That'll do it for us here this afternoon from Wrigley Field. We say thanks to our engineer. He's the jack of all things, Jack Hicks. Back at our studios at the controls, Adam Allgood Gracia. For Dave Jagler, this is Charlie Slow saying thanks for being with us, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. If you're a Nationals fan, we know you enjoyed the outcome. That's right, a Curly W in the books this afternoon on opening day. Once again, our final score. The Washington Nationals 2 and the Chicago Cubs 1. Have a good afternoon, everybody.